All right, I clicked live, but my Streamlabs likes to lag a little bit.
I've been cooking on how to complain about it in video format like all week, but I haven't really nailed down the formula. I've just been seething.
What does General Branch call his toilet? The Super Bowl.
Oh God, dude.
Hate that.
Bad joke right there.
Oh God.
I like it though.
I like it.
Is that how we start?
Yep, that's how we started. Yo, what's up, boys? Welcome back
Hey, what
to
up,
another Helldivers Experience podcast with your two most experienced Helldivers, MrPipz and Easy this time. What's up, Easy?
What up, boys?
Welcome, Easy.
Thanks
Welcome.
for having me, boys.
If you guys don't know
man.
Easy, I need to post links. I'll do that in a second.
Yo,
If-
can we like lock it in, man? Like, where's the links?
I always forget something. Leave me alone. If you guys don't know Easy, he posted a really good video, which is where I saw him. It was, what was it called exactly? It was the one where you were complaining about Helldivers.
Why? I mean, I have like 8 of those, so you might have to.
The one that got
get more
a lot
specific.
more views. Helldivers 2 isn't dead yet.
Yeah, that one got a lot of views. Yeah.
Yeah, that one was really good. That's where I saw you the
It was
first
a
time.
great video. That was a great
Thank
video.
you. Thank
I
you,
think
boys.
even Pips reacted to it, didn't he?
I had
Yeah,
a
it
few
was
guys
so
react
good.
to that actually. That was the first video people started reacting to, so that was kind of a trip. I was like, damn.
Yeah, that one
Yeah,
was
it was
cool.
good,
All
man.
these guys that I watch are reacting. That's crazy.
And also, welcome back, Eravin. We always got Eravin here.
Hi.
So yeah, so today, guys, we're gonna talk about briefly the DSS. There's not like any major news or anything on it, but we want to talk about the Galactic War and how we can win this stuff easier, because it always seems like that people are always scattered during the Galactic War. Now, they have been adding more stuff to the map, so maybe we could leave this feedback and they could add even more stuff to the map, which would be pretty dope. On top of that, we're going to talk about some annoying enemies in Helldivers 2. We're also going to talk a bit about ragdolling. And then to cap off the stream, we're going to talk about some underrated weapons or weapon combos. Basically, you know, maybe talk about some stuff we've been using since the patch, because a lot of stuff feels better now. Am I right, guys? Am I right?
Yep.
Everyone-
Obviously, we're still waiting for that purifier buff, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
It can't come quick enough.
Yeah, things are a lot better than they used to be weapon-wise. But at what cost?
What's the number one buff everyone is still waiting for? Pips,
Jump pack.
go. Oh, that
Jump
one's
pack.
coming next patch too.
Yeah. I need jump pack.
How do you think
All
they're
I
gonna
care
buff
about
it?
right now.
Do you think they're gonna do a good buff for it, or do you think it'll be like, oh, here's like
Like-
5-second less cooldown time?
Nah, bro. I will drill a hole through my fucking screen. No. Let's not do that.
Yo,
Let's do it like go for the donut first, and I'll tell you.
Electrolytes with the $20 says, "Damn, what a Chad cast today." W.
Thank you for the donut, man. Thank you.
Thank
But,
you.
I think
Emotes in the
hope
chat.
It's a 10-second cooldown. 10-second cooldown.
Jump
And
higher.
a higher jump, right?
Yeah, jump
like
higher.
that's what I'm looking for. And let me shoot in the air. Like I don't know why I'm like can't aim or
What-
whatever.
what-
Those 3 things.
One thing that's got to be mentioned is make the jump pack put you out of fire, because like sometimes you'll jump pack while on fire,
True.
or let you stim during a jump pack. But like I think if it just puts you
Yeah.
off fire, that's fine.
I think the any kind of activity, right? Like that's what I meant with aiming too. Like anything you can do. If it's stim, let me stim when I'm in the air. Let me aim, throw a grenade, a stratagem, like whatever I want to do, just let me do it. And I think it would be an incredible stratagem. And let's be honest, it's literally one of those stratagems that makes no matter what you're playing, who you're playing, it always makes the game feel much more fun. Because
Fun,
it's a
yeah.
Very cool movement stratagem, yeah.
I think we said that a couple episodes ago. If they want to make the game fun, they'll buff the jump pack, which they didn't,
Yeah.
but they said that they are, so it's fine.
Yeah. Hopefully, man.
Bro,
Hopefully.
ever since the Meridia event, I have not been able to use the normal jetpack anymore. The Dark Fluid jetpack
Right?
was too
Yeah.
fun. I can't go back.
Yeah.
Dude, is
Yeah,
that
yeah,
thing
one
ever
was
gonna
so
come
good.
back? Like, how does that
I
work?
hope so, man.
Maybe
I
if the
hope.
war
It's so fun.
restarts?
It was so fun.
Like, did they actually just make that to never come back?
I don't know. Well, but at least one good thing came out of it is that now we know how the jump pack needs to feel. So
True.
it is what it is.
And it blew up after like 11 jumps, I remember. So it was balanced. It was balanced. Eravin, what's the #1 buff you want? Anything in the game.
I mean, does it count as a buff if I want a reversion of a change?
What is it?
Well, I would very much like to have that 15% damage that I take back. That seemed not so great.
So
Not
buff.
a big fan of that.
So buff the Helldivers health.
Well, buff our survivability, whether that be. I mean, I only am ever going to wear ultralight armor, so this doesn't apply to me, but I think medium and heavy armor should be taking less damage if they're going to go this route of like trying to normalize damage, with the arms and chest taking so much more damage than they were last patch.
All right, let's.
I mean, if I'm a piece of paper, I'm a piece of paper. It is what it is. But I think that heavy, especially getting any kind of nerf to how long it could survive compared to last patch, is just unwarranted, no matter what.
Let's ask the question like this: last patch, were we made of glass? Anyone?
Well,
Yeah,
I
of course.
definitely,
Yes, we've always been
I-
glass.
I definitely died
Yeah.
so much faster than before.
Well, but it's
yeah,
like
yeah, I agree with that too. But you would get headshot too, right? And like, I don't know, it's definitely right. Like there is some moments right now where you feel like, what happened? You can 100% feel the difference, but also like compensate for that. You do so much more damage now, right? Like in many.
well, that's
cases.
why
So,
everyone's okay with it.
Yeah, I'm kind of okay with it. Like if they revert it, as Eravin is saying, I would love it. I'm not gonna complain about it. But like it's this whole game right now is so much better than what it used to be, that right now it is what it is. Let's just focus. I would rather them focus on progression than anything else.
Mhm.
But you know, just me.
You know what could be an easy fix though? They wouldn't have to focus on. Just revert the changes.
Yeah, can they? The problem is like, can they revert that one change without like, because they're on an engine that was like produced in 1874. So can they do that without like touching all the other things?
Probably
this
not.
is just unlike with the flamethrowers. This is just a numerical change. They just change some dials and it's all good again. Is really all that needs to happen.
Oh,
Yep,
if that's the
yep.
case, yeah, then yeah.
But yeah, I've died in some really ridiculous ways this patch. Like I got one shot by a shrieker swoop the other day. Just like
Wait,
no,
one
it wasn't
shrieker
dead. It wasn't dead. I was full HP. It swooped through my body. I had a chest wound and I was dead.
Oh, you
100-0.
bled? You bled?
No, I had vitality boost.
Wait,
I just
a
died.
shrieker
It flew
one-shot
through
you?
me, and I died. Yep.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
Shrieker just
insane.
killed me.
I've never seen that.
No,
that
I was
hasn't
in
happened
shock.
to me.
I like stared up at the sky for like the entire time until I respond. Like, wow, that really just happened, huh?
That had to be a bug. Well, it was a bug, but it had to be like a computer bug.
Yeah. It doesn't make mathematical sense to me at all, but it was just like, wow, that really put me down, huh? And then another fun bit that's been happening to me pretty frequently is, man, oh man, it's so nice how they reduce the damage those bunker turrets do from like 150 to 80.
Did
Too
they
bad
reduce them?
They did. I think it's 80 or 90 now, and that's great and all, but they made my body take so much damage that it one-shots me to the torso anyway now. And if you do have enough armor to survive it, you still get knocked to the floor, stand up, and get shot a second time and die.
All right,
Great
fair
news.
enough, fair enough. It is what it is. Easy, what buff? What's one buff you're looking for, man?
I'm gonna take what Pip said. This isn't a buff to like an item or armor in the game, but like a
Anything.
game system, man. I want to see late game progression. That has been one of the
Yes.
things I want to see. I know that's not a buff.
That's not a
If you want a
buff.
real buff, I'm gonna say purifier. All right. but,
Purifier? Okay.
I'd be cool if they said the
That's
buff
mine,
aside,
though.
just give me
Pick a
some late
different
game
one.
Progression. Oh, dude. All right, heavy armor. I'm
Heavy
fine
armor,
getting
okay.
one shot how we
Yeah.
are right now. If heavy armor was a little bit different.
Wait, but that
I'm
was
cool if I
Eravin's.
wear-
Pick a different one.
Dude, you're throwing me under the bus here. All right, let's
What's your favorite bad gun in the game? That's bad, but you love it, but you wish it was better.
Is any gun really bad now though? Like
Yeah.
I actually really love all the guns right now.
All of them?
All right, maybe I haven't used all of them. Give me a bad gun.
The Liberator
what do you-
Penetrator.
All right, ARs. I'm
Tenderizer.
stealing that. That's my answer. I'm stealing that. ARs. I'm stealing
ARs
your answer.
definitely do need a buff
ARs
for
as a
sure.
whole, just
Yeah,
buff
that
all
would
the
be a
ARs.
good buff.
I will say the Liberator Concussive is fucking awesome though. I love drum mags. It may not do the damage that I'm looking for, but I love anything with a drum mag.
No,
So
listen,
I'm gonna be using it.
100%
The
agree.
drum
The
mag was a
lib,
cool
the
addition.
lib concussive, and I've had this take forever. I have always said all this gun needs is a drum mag. The only time it really sucks is when you reload. It's not S tier, but it's like solid. It's solid as
Yeah.
fuck. It's solid A tier, maybe high B. It's definitely not like insane, but it's fucking solid. Feels good to use. Keeps you safe. It does what it's supposed to do.
Yeah.
It could use a little more fire rate, but it's pretty solid.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm actually no longer in the camp that feels the assault rifles currently need a buff because we have weapon customization on the horizon and Illuminates on the horizon. And the Illuminates historically have always been the automatic weapons faction.
Yeah, but when is that happening though?
We don't know.
Liberty
but,
Day.
You know,
Yeah.
if we're balancing the game around what it's going to be, it might actually be that the automatic weapons in the game are actually in a better spot than we currently feel with what we have at this moment.
You're
But
saying
Whereas
technically
stalwart
say
meta?
for all
if we kept
weapons as well,
bumping them-
though.
You're saying stalwart meta?
Well, some weapons are going to get worse for Illuminates or like be comparably worse because of Illuminates. Like anything with a lower fire rate is not going to be desirable against that faction. So I'm just saying like the current
It definitely
metagame
depends how they make them.
landscape, the assault rifles don't feel good, but the faction that they're meant to be good against isn't in the game yet.
Also, you know, speaking of when is that stuff going to happen? Possibly Liberty Day. There has been some stuff leaked. I know a lot of people have seen the Helldivers 1 armor, but also Pile Titan commented under the bayonet. Someone posted bayonet about bayonets, saying add them to the game, and he said, "Let me tell you about Redacted." So, you know, maybe this could come on Liberty Day. What we thinking? You guys all saw the Helldivers 1 armor too, right?
I think
Yeah.
I think that like this, what they're doing, like B2 used to do this. Like at some point, it was popular, but then it was kind of annoying. I understand what they're doing with their marketing, right? Not to say anything, but there has to like that only works when you do it like a few times. And then if you go quiet about new content for 7 months, what essentially happens is nobody gives a shit. So like there has to be like some information at some point. I'm not saying drop when exactly everything, but like some kind of breadcrumbs roll so people don't lose the hope and expectation, you know? Like if we had something, this is going to come out here in October or December at least, and don't say the exact date, don't say what it's going to be, but just mention or an update or something. I think at some point they got to do that.
Well, to be fair, they did that on the last big patch. That's actually kind of why I don't think the next patch is coming up this week. I think it'll be next week. What's the date? It's the 6th. Yeah, so the end of the 60-day plan is the 13th, or roughly the 13th, because it started August 13th. So the patch could either be this Tuesday, which is in 2 days, or it could be next Tuesday if they want to drop it by the end of the 60 days. Now, if they're going to be late, that's different. But I don't think there's going to be a patch this week because they hyped up the last one so much. I feel like they'd go with the same trend of hyping this next one a little bit because, you know, the player counts went back up. I'm sure they want people to get excited again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm expecting one more balance patch before Liberty Day and then a big content drop on Liberty Day based on everything
guys-
I've been seeing.
So, by the way, for anyone in chat,
Liberty Day?
well, by the way, for anyone in chat, Liberty Day is October 16th or 26th. What the hell? October 26th. So there should be something. There should be some patch for that. Or I don't know about a patch. They could.
It's going to be big.
They could add the Liberty Day patch with whenever the next one is, because we should see a patch before then.
I mean, I remember watching your Liberty Day video, Eravin, and you showed that historically Liberty Day has been like just massive for whatever game they're making, right? So Helldivers 1 every year.
Yep.
Liberty Day usually had something huge.
It was always the biggest patch of the year for Helldivers 1, and that game was microscopic compared to this one in scope.
Cool. So hopefully new content by the 26th. And what some real new content would be Illuminates. You guys ready for your controls to get reversed?
Oh, man.
I don't think they're going to drop Illuminates.
Yeah, I can't see Illuminate. I feel like they might come at the end of the year, but I feel like Liberty Day is going to be all about the Helldiver. They're going to give us a bunch of new toys to play with. That's what I'm hoping for.
There have definitely been a lot of folks saying, I wonder if the Illuminates are going to crash the party this year. And that would definitely be interesting narratively, but I also feel that they're probably going to be sitting in the background, feature complete, ready to rip around Liberty Day, and they're just going to sit on it for a little bit. I think
Yeah.
around Liberty Day, we might start to see the content like just leaked in little bits at a time where like there will be like broadcasts in the game about strange sightings or abnormalities around the Meridia system, like anything like that. And then maybe even you'll start to actually have them pop into your game randomly or something like that. I think that is still the best way they could possibly put them in. Just the schizo diving experience that was the there's flying bugs, there's no flying bugs. Like just do that all over again. People will
But
love it.
isn't the like the clans and shit also supposed to drop?
Yeah. We'll talk about
Yeah.
the DSS in a little bit. That because that's what the DSS, right?
Yep.
Jin with the dono though says to Freedom Camp you go thick. Why do I gotta go to Freedom Camp? I'm sending Jin to the Freedom Camp. Be ready, Jin. Yo, thank you for the dono though.
Thank you, Jin.
I think Illuminate are dropping on Liberty Day, or were at least planned to drop on Liberty Day. They could suspiciously be delayed by 60 days.
Yeah, that's another thing. They haven't really like they like did the balancing for the weapons, whatever, but there's still so much to do and change that like is it even a good thing if they drop it now and then there's so much issues with people that have like connection issues and everything and then you have Illuminate on top of that and then all the attention goes to fixing whatever's going to come with that and let's be honest a lot of shit's going to come with that.
Now, I think the balance changes and the 60-day plan should be done first. After that, they need to do like no more balance changes. Just everyone does bug fixes, and then Illuminate and new content.
Yeah, I agree.
K-Hop with the $20 says only the Ministry of Truth knows. Also, where has Joel been?
Thank you, Hop.
Pretty sure Joel's been still working there. But thank you, K-Hop, for the 20. Yeah, I don't know. Joel still works there. Hasn't Joel been doing the DSS major orders for us?
Yeah. He's been infecting half of our helldivers to play on Classa instead of Ember. That's what he's been up to.
Yeah, pretty much.
Easy. What are you expecting? Liberty Day.
Like I said, I think it's going to be pure Helldiver toys. So I'm hoping the DSS is going to be complete on that day. We'll get a clan system. We'll get our Helldivers 1 armor. We'll get our Constitution rifle. We'll get our attachments. Those are the 4 things that I'd like to see.
Oh, you're even thinking attachments?
Yeah. I think we're getting a bunch of toys. I think narratively, the Illuminate doesn't make much sense now. And not to say they can't have multiple arcs going at once, but I think it would be a little overwhelming that if they have the DSS arc going, they would have the Gloom going, and we still haven't resolved Cyberstan yet, which is obviously something they're building up to. So I feel like it's just a little much if they throw the Illuminate in the mix right now.
I think the DSS, ideally with what you're saying, the DSS would be finished by then, because the DSS is like the clans and stuff. So the DSS could run up to Liberty Day. We're done with that. And then it's Cyberstan, Full Out War, Gloom, and then, oh my god, out of nowhere, the Illuminate strike.
That's what I'd love to see right there.
Yeah, and it would be crazy.
What kind of attachments are we talking about? Like full-on customization weapon?
So
I think that's an Eravin question. I've seen his video on it. Maybe Thick can answer too.
I have some good answers. So number 1, there's bayonets. Number 2, stuff like bigger mags or like stocks for recoil and handling. Number 3 though,
full-on weapon customization.
Yeah. Number 3 though would be different types of rounds. So like in Helldivers 1, the breaker could get flechette rounds where it could pierce enemies. I would also like to see.
Surprised if that happens.
I think it'll happen. I would like to see, or do you mean by then?
Yeah, by then.
Okay, by then maybe.
Yeah.
One thing to hopefully support that though is that Sham said after the 60-day plan that their number 1 priority is progression. So
yeah, but the 60-day plan adds like 10 days before that. Like, listen,
no,
they do that,
it ends in a few days.
They were saying on the 16th.
No, 13th.
Oh, okay. Okay, 13.
That's in a few days.
Oh,
It's the 6th.
In 13 days. If they already have it done and everything, that's
Well,
really cool. But
Well, they
I
could
mean,
have been working on that for how long? You know
yeah,
what I
this
mean?
stuff is more
okay.
cooked behind the scenes than you would think.
Okay.
Yeah, weapon customization was also apparently scrapped, so they've been working on this stuff since before launch. Wasn't it? Didn't they say it was scrapped?
We never got confirmation it was scrapped, but we
I think
always had
Twinbeard said that at one point.
He might have said it at some point, but from what I saw, I think what it came down to was we felt that it was scrapped due to how they decided to sell war bonds and how it would be counterintuitive to sell you pieces for weapons on top of selling you war bonds with weapons that are customized. So whenever we started seeing evidence of like the attachments for weapons being stored separately in the files, we weren't like, oh, that must be weapon customization. We were like, oh, they're saving these separately so they can more easily customize weapons for new war bonds. And that would make sense. But that's changed.
Okay.
That's fair. I was looking
That's good
for some
news. If that
messages.
happens, that's good news.
All right, so while we're on the topic of the DSS, we wanted to do this, okay? And I know Eravin wants to do this as well, because Eravin led the freaking charge to take out the DSS, because look at Eravin's background right now. He freaking wants that space station, bro.
I do.
So to make you all aware, you know, we did this with supply lines. Like, no one knew about supply lines for the longest time. Now people do, because a lot more people have been using the companion app. To be fair, I think if you're watching this stream, you probably know about this app. But there is a feature in the game called automaton or bug regeneration rate. So what you need to do, number one, is use the website helldiverscompanion.com. Yeah, helldiverscompanion.com. The link is in the chat. I'll also stick it in the description or the pinned comment for anybody watching this stream later. You click a planet and you can see there's 28,000 helldivers. There is 5% impact per hour. So right now these 28k helldivers are gaining 5% per hour on this planet. And then this third stat here is the enemy regeneration rate. And what this is basically just inverse liberation. So right now on Ember, the automatons are taking 1% per hour from us. And that's kind of how the war works. That's why, like, when we're all scattered, we're not liberating any planets. So the major order was take Carol. The major order was take Carol for our DSS, right? And obviously we had two choices. We could go through Ember or we could go through Classa. And finally, less people are on Classa. But originally, the community was kind of split between these two planets. Now, I would assume a bunch of people wanted to go through Classa because, you know, this planet has freaking fire tornadoes. You know, but whatever, put on your fireman armor. However, the reason why so many people were flocking to this planet is because it had a lower regeneration. Now, right now it's at 1%, so I'm pretty sure Joel gave us a boost. But when this major order started, it was at 2%, and Classa was at 2.5. And I remember specifically looking at this, and it said the planet will be liberated in 11 years and 12 hours because they were only liberating at 2.5 per hour, and the regen was at 2.5 per hour. So actually, it was just never going to get liberated.
They were just spinning their wheels for days.
Yeah. So that's why people decided to go to Ember, though. So that's why I'm saying, you know, get the companion app. Click the link in the description, bookmark it. Hopefully, this will be good feedback that maybe they can just take, like, dude, the devs need to go on this website and everything that's on this website, just put it into the game. Because this is genuinely how, you know, all the nerds in the Discord pick what planet to go to. This is how the nerd Eravin, you know, led the charge on Ember, right?
Yeah. Please put this feature just in the game so I no longer have to be democratic traffic controller.
Yeah, they finally put supply lines in the game, which was great. Oh, and by the way, I'm pretty sure we pulled off our first ever gambit. There was
We
which planet was it?
Shelt.
Mastia? Shelt.
It was Shelt.
Shelt was on defense, and we actually what planet did we liberate? Mastia?
Mastia was up for defense, but liberating Shelt would cancel the Mastia defense. So
Yeah.
traffic control pushed for our helldivers to take Shelt. It was
Yeah.
looking bad there for a second, but we ended up making the right call in the end.
Yeah, so if you guys didn't know about supply lines, which are now in the game, it's because they're for defense missions. So let's say Galavalier wasn't liberated yet, right? And see how the supply line's pointing to Ember? Let's say this planet's not liberated, but it's at like 80%, and Ember all of a sudden goes on defense. We can ignore this defense mission and just liberate the planet that's attacking it. So that's why the supply lines are important, and then we get both. Right.
So right now, how much time do we have
Just a few
for
hours
everything
now.
to work?
We are
4
on
hours.
track to win because this is actually the first time I've seen this because I haven't pulled up the companion today. Ember has gone from 2% regeneration to 1% regeneration.
Yeah, they gave
So
us
we
a
were
boost.
already on track to win this with the numbers we were pulling, especially if we assumed it was going to grow today. But now with it reduced to 1%, we are well on track to win this major order as long as people keep diving Ember at this rate.
Yeah, and you can see the advanced stats. And K-Hop said, "Where's Joel? Joel just gave us a boost on Ember an hour ago. So they want us to liberate Ember. That way we can be on Carol. And then, that he's pushing this major order forward a bit. So people were saying Carol was going to be really close, and Joel just gave us a boost literally an hour ago. Yeah, 1 hour ago.
Okay.
So, yeah,
Right.
that's how Helldivers Companion works. Honestly, feedback to the devs, just go on Helldivers Companion and just stick it in the game. All the stats.
Yeah.
All right, so before moving on, we're doing a new segment where we're reading a few comments from the last podcast. So if you watch these podcasts after the live streams are over, comment down below. Don't just comment first because obviously we won't read that one. So first comment, and this actually touches on what we were already talking about. Azathoth lives, which looks like a demon. That seems like heresy. Heresy. Azathoth says, I'd be fine with low survivability if I had iframes during a dive. I've been crept on by hunters and killed mid-dive multiple times by them.
Yep. I mean, at the end of the day, whatever Eravin said is still right. Like, I think a lot of people, regardless of what I think or many of us here right now on the panel think, I think most players would enjoy the reverted changes, right? Like, I think, yeah, he's saying iframes and everything, then that could be cool. But at the end of the day, if they just reverted, none of this would be a problem. So,
Dive roll spam. Another feature is that hunters auto track onto you. So you actually might not want to dive away from hunters. You got to juke them, or you can parry them. You can parry hunters. You can punch them. And the hitboxes are misleading. You got to parry them before they're on you, and you could do it.
yeah, great.
Easier, Eravin. Any responses to this? We kind of already talked about this.
I mean, yeah, I don't know about iframes in this game, to be honest. That seems a little overboard. But yeah, Pip said it right. They just need to revert the change.
All right, next
I think-
comment. Oh, Eravin, go.
I think iframes are like a little bit out of line with how Helldivers is supposed to be kind of goofy. Like diving isn't always supposed to. In fact, I think diving is sometimes meant to also like get you killed comedically because like you jump out of the way or you jump towards something and then you just splatter. So I think it's like very much out of the cards for any kind of iframes, but just giving back that 15% damage taken to the chest, I think would do wonders. I feel as though a decent chunk of the moment to moment, really high key moments have kind of been lost with that change. I don't think it would particularly make the game that much easier either. I think we've just lost some of those really clutch, close moments that we used to have, where a lot of the time now it'll just be like, oh, I'm dead. Like you'll just have a laser flash your screen for 0.2 seconds. Oh, I died. Like you don't have nearly as many close calls and near escapes as you used to, and I think objectively that's less fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also just feel like it's not like we were like weren't made of glass last patch. Like we were already.
Yeah,
they
we were
they
not.
acknowledged they
Yeah.
acknowledged we were complaining about headshot damage because they nerfed that in the patch, but they just made it your arms headshots is what it feels like.
Yeah,
It
exactly.
feels like
yeah.
my body and head is a headshot now.
Yeah.
All right, next comment. This one's directed at Pips. Cloud9 Chris
here we
7 says Pips, when he talks about the airburst launcher, is a hypocrite. He probably never uses the weapon and says it's trash. Never seen him use it one time, so I'm guessing he's just bad at using it. It's obvious he doesn't know how to play it, LMAO.
That has
Damn.
to be bait, right?
Then
Yeah,
he
he's
says,
definitely
"That's not
trolling
even-"
it.
Somebody said that's not even what a hypocrite means. That's right. First of all, okay, I will take the bait gladly. Okay.
It's totally rage bait. He's trying to get you to play it.
Listen, Cloud. Listen, I have used it. It's dog shit. Okay. It's dog shit, and that's all it is. But I mean, FaZe loves it, so who am I? There we go.
FaZe likes the airburst?
FaZe it's FaZe's favorite weapon of all time.
He's
No.
tripping.
You're
No,
not.
I'm joking. I'm
No,
joking.
no,
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 no, no. He would
No,
never
you
say
actually
that.
baited me. God.
No, it's not his favorite weapon, bro. No, yeah.
Well, Cloud, obviously, W Cloud, this is a based comment. He's obviously
Yeah.
trying to get Pips to use the airburst. So, Pips, are you going to use the airburst your next stream or not?
No.
No, you have to now. We did it on the podcast.
I'm good. No,
No,
I'm good.
for entertainment value. Remember when we
No,
did the
I-
randomizer?
no
It was fun, wasn't
entertainment
it?
Listen, I have like just playing on Super Helldive, especially solo, and getting one shot. I have like 1.3% brain left. I can't just get rid of that as well.
Pips.
I can't
I'm
do
not saying entertainment for you. I'm saying entertainment for the viewers. They want to see you rage.
Maybe. We'll
I'm
see.
sure someone will donate if you play airburst next stream. Okay.
Hey, much love, Cloud. Cloud's in chat, bro. That guy, bro.
All right. Perry Drawland says, maybe unrelated to the patch notes topics, but a cool new booster could be fall damage reduction. You know, I actually have an interesting comment on this. Okay, so there's lore behind this. So Eravin posted a video a while ago about armors, and he basically showed how padded armor was like the best armor because most of the enemy explosions have a bunch of ballistic damage in it. So padded armor is actually still better than explosive resistance, even against those enemies. But I was like, Eravin, I swear I live more with explosive armor. And then I was like, wait, am I living more falls with explosive armor? Is fall damage explosive? And long story short, chat, I tested it and fall damage is not explosive, okay? Explosive, gladly, right? However, when I was testing fall damage, I realized that padded armor also doesn't make you take less fall damage. So you take the same fall damage no matter what.
I think that they should just remove it.
What, fall
Like,
damage?
to some point, just get it. Yeah, get it out. Like, what's you don't have HP regen in this game. Not to mention the fact that when you do fall from any kind of height, as I said, like your character gets up like 100-year-old man. Like the animation takes 40 minutes.
Bro, and why is falling on your legs so much worse?
Yeah, that's all you hear, and then you can't get up for 40 minutes.
No, I mean like when you fall on your legs and you brace your knees for like 10 years.
I think
Yeah,
I
and
actually have the answer to that.
What?
I want to hear it.
I think whenever you fall and you hit your legs, that's like the scripted animation for falling, and that damage goes up against your overall damage resistance of your armor instead of your legs. Whereas, like, if you fall in Ragdoll and hit your leg, it uses the leg modifier to determine the damage, arm,
Oh,
chest,
come on.
etc.
What about padded though? Because you don't take less damage
Um,
when in padded if you fall on your legs.
Yeah. So I think what padded actually does, I think I commented on this once when we were chatting about it. The arms, legs, chest, and probably not head, because you remember how they said padded doesn't affect your head? I think the way they did that was it doesn't affect your overall modifier for your armor. It's basically just adding 50 armor rating to your chest, arms, and legs for the purpose of taking less damage, but it's leaving your overall modifier the same because the overall is what determines explosive. And from what from your testing, I think it's also how falling is determined when you hit your legs, like when you do the scripted animation for falling. And that would kind of explain everything with padded at that point.
Okay. Real quick, we got 3 donos. Jin says, make him play solo D10 bots with the airburst launcher. You got to go donate in Pip's chat for that to happen, Jin.
No, I'm good, bro.
And Jabron Lames with the $5 says, shout out to Easy. 07. 07's in the chat.
Oh, thank you, man. Thanks for the donut, brother.
And Blaster with a 5 says, idea to fix the airburst launcher, give it a minimum arming distance before it can airburst. That should mitigate accidental self-elimination. Or alternatively, hit your reload button.
Oh, my bad.
Hit your reload button and switch it to non-proximity detonation. So you could just like blast it where you want it to. And like hit an enemy or hit the floor and then it goes off. I would like that a lot.
Easy. What do you think about the fall damage and the animation? I want to hear your thoughts.
Okay. So I'm actually fine with fall damage in the game. Like, but I hate these scripted animations. They're so dog shit. So when you fall on your legs and it takes you, like you said, you stand up like an 80-year-old woman.
Yes.
But the same happens. But this also plays into ragdolling. The same happens when you ragdoll. And I feel like that's half the problem of ragdolling, where
100%.
you flop around on the floor for 5 seconds, but then it also takes you 1.5 seconds to stand up. Get rid of that shit. I'd rather, like, you know, when you fall from a high distance and sometimes when it's high enough, you start flopping before you land on the ground. I'd rather it just be that every time. I hate landing on my knees.
But even like sometimes you know how he lands, but he doesn't fall, but like he goes into like a terrible squat, like a half.
Yeah, no, that's what we're talking about.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
What is
that's
he
awful.
doing,
That's terrible. It's the worst.
Get up,
bro. He's like my knees.
Just run. You have bugs. You're thinking about your fucking knee. Run.
At least let me dive out of that. At least let me animation cancel with a dive. That would be god tier.
I got 2 things that could potentially fix this issue. One, either if you're stimmed whenever you fall on your knees, you cut that stupid animation out entirely because you're
animation
on a stim, you don't
cancel
feel that at all. Like if you're stimmed, you shouldn't feel that at all. You should be able to keep running. Either that, or what about a booster that makes you do a roll instead of that animation?
Bro, I would take it every time. I don't even care.
Yeah, I think that would go hard. Bro. I think that'd
just
be
for
cool.
the style.
Yeah, it'd be cool looking.
How about when you jetpack from a high enough distance that somehow you take fall damage?
Wait, he does that?
if you jump high enough. Or if you're like jetpacking down a hill. I think that's what it is.
Yeah. Because it'll like detect the ground below you.
Yeah. From where you started. From where you started.
Yeah, but that's not the ground you're landing on, so you end up taking damage anyway. It's so lame.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. It's definitely weird. Rendar says, especially when you're trapped rolling down a gentle slope. Bro, why do you roll so slow down the hills? I swear all the animations just need sped up a little bit. Even especially 100%. Again, the airburst reload, bro. The dude reloads his airburst like, gotta inspect my warhead.
Sweet time,
let me just put it in the barrel. Wait, what time is it? Okay, let me put it back in the barrel.
How is that thing a one-phase reload? What is going on?
Bro, you know how many times I stuck the thing in the barrel, half twisted it, dove to avoid a hunter, and then I have to reload it again?
Oh, what is going on?
The animations in general, across the board, like movement ones, right? Like when it comes to falling, getting up, ragdolling, jumping, whatever it is. Even like when you're like climbing shit, all of those things could be sped up.
Bro, listen, I like playing bad weapons. Okay, I've been playing Purifier a bunch with Clay. I've been playing Flamethrower on bots because I like playing bad weapons. But the damn reload speed on the airburst is so... How did this turn into an airburst conversation? Oh yeah, that comment. It's your fault, Cloud, Chris. He baited us. He actually successfully baited us.
He did,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
We got that.
All right, we're about to talk about what is your most hated enemy. But first, before we do that, obligatory Reddit meme, because this is so true, man. Anytime someone tries to discuss how the game's difficulty is designed, I can complete difficulty 10 bot missions, but I believe they have some design flaws. I think they'd be more fun if lower diff. Bro, just lower the diff. Too hard? Lower diff. Balance is perfect. Skill issue. Right? How
Yeah.
often do these comments happen?
Yeah.
Obligatory.
yeah.
Obligatory. K-Hop with the 5 says, we got 1,000 ways to fall, but still can't swim. Oh, actually, I found the swimming tech. I actually know how to swim now. But that's not scheduled in today's podcast. So I'll have to show you guys that one later. But I did find the swimming tech. If you could remove one of these, which one would it be? And I'm doing a poll, chat.
Bots. All of them. Oh, just one enemy. Oh, my bad. Oh.
Yeah.
The poll. I want to see the poll.
It's these 4. Any comments? Any of you? Easy? Eravin?
Yeah. Armored Strider gone instantly.
Yeah.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah.
Why? You don't like them?
I just feel like they do nothing to the game except being more annoying than the normal Striders. And I also kind of miss seeing the normal Striders. Like, does anyone else kind of miss seeing those dudes?
Yeah.
I liked them. They were fun. And now they're not there anymore. At least on higher difficulties.
They were dynamic, okay? They added a different, element to the game where you gotta flank them or just use an explosive weapon. Chat, you know what I realized? I realized how much the devs loved the chicken walkers. So you know how the devs love chargers? Like anytime something could kill a charger, it got nerfed. The devs also loved the chicken walker. Number 1, remember they nerfed the chicken walker's explosive resistance and it was taking like 4 autocannon shots to kill it for no reason? And then
Say that again?
the chicken walkers.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
All right. I'll take a crack at this. So I don't like any of these enemies, but I dislike them for different reasons. I definitely dislike one the most. So the bunker turret, right? This thing sucks. It's hard to see. It has no animation to show you it's firing.
Or sound.
And it catches people off guard every single time. When it hits you, even if you have enough armor to survive the first shot, you get knocked on the ground, you get killed by the follow-up shot anyway. But, weapons like the railgun kill them in one shot now. They do die easier than they did last patch because they didn't get health increases like the rest of the cast did, as far as AT resistance.
I think they need to be AP3.
And these are always in set locations. These are never randomly placed. You can learn where every single one of these is in the game. And like I've actually like done a thing that I've got like maps that my community made that show where all of these spawn relative to the super base that you're encountering. So you can actually study up and know exactly where all of these are to avoid them, right?
That's insane.
So if I was going to throw one of these out, it wouldn't be that one. The Rocket Strider. This thing is someone's OC, man. Like, it's so heavily armored. It basically threw every light pen weapon out of the bots by itself, right? When you blow up the rocket on the side, it only takes 400 damage out of its 500 health, so it doesn't even insta-kill it. It has to take some other damage besides that.
Wait, really?
The rockets kill you. Yes.
I thought I'd been killing them like that.
They have to take like a little bit more damage, or the explosion has to hit like a different limb in addition to the chest. Like, it's very inconsistent. Anyway, the rockets deal 400 explosive damage, like I said. Even if you're in explosive resistant armor, medium, you still take 100 damage just from the explosion if you're near the center. And if it hits you directly, it's good night.
Can we also...
If this thing hits you directly, there's like 2 armors, maybe 1 armor in this game that you survive direct hits. And even if you live, this thing has more pushing force than like any other enemy in the game. And you just die from the ragdoll impact damage like 9 out of 10 times if you're anywhere near the explosion.
I have a clip.
Yeah, sure.
And I have 2 things to add on to Rocket Striders. Just dead. Just dead.
Yeah.
Just dead.
Play that again.
Play it again. All right.
Yeah, play it again.
What?
Dead.
Here, I'll loop it. I have 2 things to add on to Rocket Striders. Number 1, their rocket weak point, right? Oh, wait, we had a dono. I'm sorry. Devin with the $5 says only one of these enemies have an obvious weak point. And yes, that goes on.
What killed you?
the rocket strider ragdoll
It
into
shot the
impact
wall,
damage.
and because explosive AoE shockwaves carry through solid surfaces, he just died.
Yeah.
So stupid.
Yeah.
Very stupid.
So going off Devin's dono too, the rocket strider weak point, which you can, I don't know how many people don't know this yet, but you can shoot the rocket on its side. And apparently it leaves it at 100. I don't know. They've been dying to when I shoot it. Maybe it took damage from something else though. But these rockets on the side is technically their weak point. Number one, this enemy can shoot its freaking weak point off, which is insane. Which is so insane. I kind of like it because it's funny. But number two, these rails on the side can also be shot off. And then you don't kill the weak point. Which is wild. Jin with the dono says, oh boy, I love going Mach 1 from a rocket strider. Yes, sir. All right, Eravin, continue your rant.
Yeah. I gotta finish this rant. So that all being said, this enemy sucks. Like, it super sucks. I would probably throw those rockets out for the smaller ones because they don't even make sense. Like, look at the thing sitting on its sides. Those don't look like the full-sized missiles that the barrager's shooting, like, at all. It doesn't make any sense. Why did you do this? Like, this thing needs toned down. We have better tools for dealing with it this patch, like crossbow DCS. Nuke these guys real easy now, but they're everywhere too. That all being said, though, it can only shoot directly in front of it, and it has predictable firing patterns. You can dodge this thing. You can always dodge this thing. It's super hard. Sometimes you're just screwed because there's a wall behind you and the rocket hits it and you go flying and you die anyway. But I would say out of all of these, the Heavy Devastator with that health change to your chest and arms is probably the most egregious of them all.
Really?
If this thing turns if you turn a corner, or you're in just in a bad place, and this thing has a line on you, even one of them, you just die. You get aim punched until you die. If you can't get to cover, they aim punch you out of your stim and kill you. Right? If there's two of them, you're definitely dead. It doesn't even matter what you're wearing. You're definitely dead. And they will just keep rattling off rounds until you're dead. And I think out of all of these, the Heavy Devastator currently lacks the most counterplay situationally. Like, if you're in the open against this thing, you are just going to die. And there's not really any gameplay mechanics you can utilize against that. You can't strafe it. You can't really dive out of the way. No cover. It's over.
All right.
So I would say that was the lamest.
I'm actually surprised that you picked Heavy Devastator, Eravin. So I think Rocket Striders for all the obvious reasons. But with Heavy Devastators, the change they made to make them flinch anytime you shoot them has been really nice, in my opinion. My only complaint about that is they flinch freaking upwards and they accidentally cover up with their shield. So if they could give them some horizontal flinch instead, that would be better. But
I've been doing that too. The flinching's pretty obnoxious. That and the gun like snaps through. It snaps through walls. It snaps to your position instantly. It basically snaps off the arm and like phases through their shield to aim at you. It has perfect aimbot. Whereas if this thing could only shoot directly in front of it, it would be infinitely more fair.
They need to do something about the walls. Because for some reason bots try to shoot you through walls, which is the whole issue with bots shooting through walls. But also they like kind of know your exact position through a wall, which is super weird. They need to turn walls into ballistic shields, that one patch.
Yeah. How many of you guys have been pre-fired by a rocket strider this patch, just like turning a corner and firing the rocket that had your exact geological position? That happens to me pretty frequently.
Yeah, they need to not track you through walls, because it also makes them shoot the wall, which is just kind of weird in my opinion, from just like a realism perspective. Yeah, like they have wall hacks. It's super weird.
I feel like that, like in terms of like, I've said this a million times, and I know some people don't like to hear this, but like in terms of game design, like the bots have serious issues, bro. Like I've never played a game where the enemy was so aim locked, shooting through walls, like a random out of nowhere hits. Like I don't know. Like I don't enjoy playing against it. I really don't. But I think that they understand that though. I do think they understand it. And that's why they're making these changes. I don't know when it's going to be really not even perfect, but pleasurable to play in terms of like, especially after Space Marines too, man. I don't know. It's interesting though.
All right, it's Easy's turn. You got a 10-minute rant for us, Easy?
Well, just to keep piling on the Rocket Strider, I do not like when they reskin enemies and call it new. Like I get it is new, but
I agree.
is it really new? It's
No.
just a normal Strider with rockets on the side and more armor. And they did the same thing with the Charger Behemoth. I know the Charger Behemoth was in the game before, but
Yeah.
let's be honest, they did the same thing. They just basically gave the Charger a health buff and then called it a Charger Behemoth. Like I just don't like when they do that. I think it's kind of lazy. And it doesn't change the gameplay much. It just
A lot of games do that too. Easy. A lot of games
I
do
don't
that
like it.
now. Like that's the bar for gaming. Like they'll tell you, and
Yep.
there's like they bring in a whole expansion, and literally all they do is like reskin the locations
Yeah,
and give you an
yeah.
expansion, and you're playing the same enemy, same combat, everything, just in a different location, and they sell it as an expansion, and that's it.
Yeah, and the worst part with the Rocket Strider is that it actually does change the gameplay, but for the worse. Those guys are just absolute bastards. I hate them. Yeah, those guys can go. Those guys can go.
Also, how you said Scout Striders are just gone.
Yeah, like I miss them.
It actually removed content as well.
And you were right. The Scout Striders, I feel like, actually add more dynamic gameplay than the Rocket Strider. Because the Rocket Strider is just a pray you don't get hit in the face simulator and impact. But at least with the Scout Strider, you were like, you know, running around trying to make a play around it, get behind him and stuff. That was fun to me, at least.
Arch St. Michael says, to be fair, that is how machine guns work.
Yeah, that
Surprise.
actually reminded me of something. Sorry. That reminded me of one more thing. The Heavy Devastator did also receive a 25% shadow buff to damage.
Yeah, because lasers.
Yeah, so that's another thing that's been bothering
which one?
me. The Heavy Devastator. It deals 25% more damage than it did last patch.
Yes,
okay.
surprisingly, Heavy Devastator is actually the only thing on this list I don't mind. That's why I was surprised you picked it, but I guess you have a vendetta against them. Declicitus with the 5 pounds says, I feel like the Barrager tank having no proper vent make it feel very weird to fight and unfair compared to other tanks, also shooting through itself. Yeah, Barrager tanks are just super buggy. You can also just, I mean, this is just a bug that needs fixed in my opinion though. Number one, you can destroy their base, but for some reason the missiles will still be active. They can also shoot through their base. So the Barrager tank, the base of it, also, Eravin, these are like Build-A-Bears, right? Like these are two different entities that are kind of just spawn in together.
These two enemies on the left that were added in, man, they actually just look like they were modded in, like they're fan-made mod enemies.
The Barrager tank makes more sense from a design perspective, though, because it's just a tank with a different warhead. The Rocket Strider is 1,000% a modded enemy.
Yeah, and going off what you said, I gotta say, it's a super close contest between those two middle ones for me. The only reason I say Heavy Dev is I feel he has the least counterplay out of the two, but they are both absolute bastards.
Yeah.
Yep.
What about the bug side? Is there any enemy like that? You guys
Ooh.
feel like?
No.
I'm the same way.
Pips is just trying to validate why he never plays bots.
No, I'm just trying to think like, but that shows, right? Like if you're playing the bugs, like there's nothing. Yeah, some of them can be annoying, but they don't feel the same way.
Yeah, I mean the Impaler before it got changed when it was just a ragdoll simulator. That maybe
true.
could have been an
That
option,
was annoying.
but they did fix it, so I got to give it to them.
Yeah.
You know that's
Yeah.
Oh, I have one. There's one thing that kind of feels like bots on the Terminid front, and it's the Schizo Bile Titan that appears spitting at you that wasn't there when you turned around a second ago,
Bro,
and then
Eravin,
vanishes after it spits on you.
Dude, I had it. So there was a Titan that spawned, right? So I turn, I see him, and then and he's like 50 meters away, like 100 meters probably. I turn around to pick up ammo. I turn around again to look at him, and he was on top of me. And he
on
killed
top of you spitting. Yeah.
Did he teleport?
is-
Like, is that a thing?
There's a thing with latency where when an enemy is far away and no one's looking at them and you're not the host, they can like basically be super sped up towards the host.
Oh, okay.
Dude,
Yeah.
Helldivers is the only game where that happens. Like I
Yeah.
love this game, but God, like what
Yeah,
the
yeah,
hell?
yeah.
That's insane.
Crazy though.
I was gonna say on the topic of like Phantom Titans appearing, dude, Helldivers needs like a little bit better sound design. Is that just me or like I think we should be able to hear like especially like berserkers. I want to hear their chainsaws when they're running at me. I want to hear like when there's bugs
That would
coming
be
up
very
behind
nice.
me. Like, dude, I feel like I should hear a charger running like this 2,000-pound beast. I should be able to hear him stomping coming behind me, but you usually don't.
No.
Yeah.
So I'd just like to hear that.
Sound design is at an all-time low, even though they put it in the patch notes that they had improved it or whatever. Like I feel like I hear enemies less than I ever have before this patch.
I think stealth
Yeah,
bile
yeah.
titans only happen when there's a bunch of other enemies kind of drowning it out. Like
Yeah.
I hear like solo bile titans from miles away. Like I
what
always
it
know
is,
when a
the
bile titan's coming.
The audio is just too normalized. Like all the heavy stompy enemies are at the same volume level as like all of the little chittering bugs and stuff, and that like doesn't feel right.
Chargers need sound. Chargers, go
Yeah.
listen, chat. Go to a kill a charger mission and just like shoot it once with a liberator to get it to aggro you, and just listen to it walk over to you. Your helldiver walks louder. Chargers don't make any noise.
They're ninjas. They have those like ninja shoes on. They make no sound.
Yeah, they have the shoes with the description like these shoes make no sound.
Yeah. Yep.
Eravin, how do you feel about it that no matter how many stealth videos you post or however much you improve your stealth gameplay, Chargers will always be 10 steps ahead of you?
It feels bad, man. It feels real bad. You know, I was playing Forever Winter when that game came out, and you know what they had in that game? They
What?
had tanks that sounded like tanks, and I could hear a tank on the other side of the wall, and I knew that there was a tank there because it sounded like a tank. And I thought to myself, damn, Helldivers 2 really do be like that, don't it?
How many enemies spawn
They
in
make
that
no
game?
noise. Quite a lot. Like more
It's like hordy.
than a single person would ever really realistically be able to deal with on their own if you like tried to fight the map. But it's more so that there are enemies that you just shouldn't even look at. Like there's a couple enemies that are just straight up immune to damage that you definitely can't mess with. And then there's enemies where like unless you're absolutely kitted, you just should not ever think about messing with them. But the nice thing about it as well though is a lot of the bigger enemies in that game, they don't want anything to do with you either unless you mess with their business.
Well, what I'm
They
trying to
straight up
ask,
ignores you.
what I'm trying to ask is how is the audio in that game? Like, do enemies not drown each other out at all?
Oh yeah, no, you always have like perfect
You could hear it. Yeah.
information about where enemies are located in that game.
I was watching Eravin, and the sounded pretty good.
Yeah, and
How,
like
how much did you enjoy it though, Eravin? Did you like
I
it?
love that game. I absolutely love that game. If it was more popular, I'd be spending every single day playing it because it's like basically made for me. They even have stealth takedowns in that game. Didn't know about that until like 2 days ago. I was like, wow, I wish I could just be playing this game.
But it could pop off though. If you if you enjoy the game, go for it.
I think it will. I think it's going to be a really big hit, especially later down the line in its early access and closer to a full release. Right now, the bones are just immaculate on that game.
I think I grabbed it. You could buy it, right?
Yeah, you can buy it, and if you take ThiccFilA's link to Instant Gaming, you can get 37% off on it right now.
Hey, Eravin with the sponsor. Let's go, Instant Gaming. Guys, use my link.
Dude, it's crazy because in my region the games are cheaper, so I got it I think for $11 or something.
That's wild.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Arch Saint Michael with the $5 says, in reference to the barrager tanks on level 7, I just throw thermite and walk away. Are they an issue at 9 or 10? For me personally, it's not so much that like I have an issue dealing with them. I would say last patch was a much bigger issue because this patch as well, you could just blast the missiles with a recoilless rifle. It's just the bugs with them. So like how I said, you can destroy the base of it, but the missiles are still active. Even the weak point on the back of it, on the base of it, sometimes it's still active. It can literally aim and shoot you through its base, which I feel like a mortar style enemy shouldn't even be aiming at you that close. And then also it doesn't have a weak point, which kind of triggers people because bots, you know, a lot of people loved bots because they're the enemy with the very shiny red glowing weak point, which it just doesn't have, and neither do rocket striders. So both the enemies added with Escalation of Freedom just had no weak point, which felt bad. So it's, I mean, you could just thermite them, and make sure you land your thermite on the missiles, chat. Because, again, if you land it on the base, it won't always kill it. It's only sometimes, too. I feel like 50-50, whether it dies or not.
Yeah, I think we've all been playing the game like way too long to say that we have like an issue dealing with any of these enemies. We're more so just looking at them all objectively and saying like, okay, how are these enemies from a design perspective?
Yeah, I agree.
No, I have an issue with rocket striders. They're my worst enemy. They're my worst enemy. All right. So we're gonna take a quick break, guys, to play some Live or Dive. When we get back, we'll talk about ragdolling because they put a poll up in the Discord and they actually identified the key issue of what ragdolls you the most. And then we will give some underrated weapons to use this patch, some fun stuff that you could do in your games, and also some weapons people aren't talking about too much. And guys, you got to play different weapons. It always spices up the game, okay? Okay? But time for some Live or Dive. Easy, you ready for this?
I'm ready. I saw the last podcast. I'm sad I missed out, but I'm gonna take the cake here. I'm taking the crown home. Let's go.
My record is 4 out of 5.
It's a high bar.
I guessed 4 out of 5. Yes, go. Come
All right,
on,
let's
guys,
run
beat
it. Let's run it.
Shit. Oh, there.
All right. No context. It's a stealth charger, stalkers, the Royal Terminid Air Force, or an impaler tentacle. Pips, go.
Stalkers.
All right. Easy.
1. We were just talking about the stealth charger. It's got to be 1.
Okay. Eravin.
I think it's stalkers.
Of course, man. Every time it's stalkers, you say stalkers, Eravin.
I think it's stalkers.
He said that so sus. He said,
It's
I think
stalkers.
it's stalkers.
Look at who is this? Look at the body frame too. Like it's ready to get like cut in half, like guaranteed.
All right, let's run it. Let's run it.
2/3 HP.
Let's run it.
Yeah, he's getting alive.
Oh my god!
What?
It was a stealth charger, boys.
Happened, bro?
That was the speed up.
Dude,
No, it wasn't even a
You'll see it speed up into frame.
that's no stealth, bro. That's like flash.
That's a
My
jump
boy
scare.
just
Wait, I'm going
teleported
frame
in.
by
Holy
frame.
hell.
I want to see
Yeah,
this
yeah,
frame by
go.
frame.
Yeah,
We,
go.
we just
yeah, do
talked
it.
about this happening.
So this is what my Titan did, Eravin.
Yeah, look, he zooms
Oh,
in.
yeah,
See?
you do
It's the
see
speed
him.
up.
That's crazy. I thought it just appeared.
No, that's speed up.
Oh, he teleported, bro. I told
Yeah.
you the Titans do this to me all the time now.
That's still a
That
stealth
thing
charger
was
in my book.
speeding- That thing was speeding towards the host player.
You know what?
Yeah.
The options are wrong. That's a zoomy charger. My bad, guys. But you're still right, Easy. You're still right.
Let's go. You have to give me a half point.
One
I'll
out
take
of
1.
one.
Yeah,
One
no,
out of
no.
one.
You
No,
get
no,
your whole
you're
point.
right,
You
you're
get your
right.
whole point. That was the right one.
Yeah.
I didn't
Can
even know
retire
that.
Here at 100%.
No.
No.
I got baited by the chat. It said stalker, and then someone was dead.
Pelican 1, I have visual on the extraction zone.
Hey, look, it's Pip's friends.
Yeah, my dude, so many.
There's so many of them.
He has
All
to
right.
jump down there. He has
Option
to.
1, stalkers. Option 2, John Helldivers 500 kg. Option 3, a lot of stalkers. And option 4, a pebble ragdoll into stalkers.
Yeah, please. 4.
I'm going for it. It's got to happen.
I really want to see 4.
Yeah, it
Please
has to
tell
be.
me.
Across
got
the
us
board?
4.
4 across the board?
Yeah, please tell me you got us 4. This is so perfect.
All right, we're betting anyone that says anything but 4. Or
Box, I
everybody.
got you.
There you
Bugs
go.
teleporting
Thank
is
you,
lore accurate. They have FTL juice in them after all. True. That's true.
FTL charger.
All right, we ready for this one?
Yeah,
By the
please.
way, this is Pip's like dream, right?
Yes.
Oh, no.
What is this? Why is he standing there, bro? Okay.
Sorry, Pips. It was John Helldivers 500 kg.
Don't.
How
throw
did?
a
Why did?
500
Why?
next
Who
to
was?
a stealth.
Why did this guy? Like
He has
saw
to
the
rant, chat.
stratagem,
He got baited so
looked
hard.
at the stratagem. He took his time, then slowly started walking away from it, bro.
Listen,
Bro, I'd stim and take my chances with the stalkers down there at that point.
Yes.
listen. Pips got baited so hard we had to pause it so he could
So
rant.
heartbroken, bro.
All right, next clip.
That's sad.
It is sad. Look at the animation. Look. Like he has lower back issues. Get up, dude.
Whoa.
I don't know how he got that stim off.
Yeah, I thought he was about to get two.
This guy is a fighter.
Oh, this is
All
lab,
kinds
by
of
the
damage.
way.
The fight is over.
Everything hit him. Everything hit
Bro,
him.
can we talk about this?
The emote.
The emote.
I need stimmed!
Stim him, bro.
All right. How does he dive? Shrieker? Stealth Charger? Impaler Tentacle? Or Clutch to the Round? This is Labyrinth,
he
by
can
the
die.
way. This is Labyrinth.
I don't think he can. I believe in Lab 100%.
I believe in you, Lab. I'm saying 4.
Yeah. I'm
All right, I
literally.
did believe in him, but I'm gonna go against you guys. I'm gonna say 2. We're getting our second stealth charger.
I'm putting
Another
my
FTL charger
left
right here.
ball sack on Lab.
Wait, Eravin, can we get the
Yep.
breakdown of what's happening, though?
Why I think he's clutching this round?
Yeah, what's going on? You always say the details.
So I don't think anyone actually ever gets hit by impaler tentacles, or I would hope not, because it's like you see the ground shaking and have plenty of time to avoid it. I don't think we're going to see a second FTL charger. All the Shriekers are dead in the area, and there's a teammate right there. So honestly, if the teammate doesn't stim him, what the hell, man?
All
Now
right.
he's just gonna survive.
Dude.
Well,
Well,
is this
notice
background?
more
there's
than
one
enough.
detail I wanted you to notice. There's 0 reinforces, and it's almost up. Let's run the clip.
Lab, my boy. Look at this guy. Look at this guy, dude.
Teammate
He's
dead.
locked the fuck in. Boom, boom, boom. Destroys the
Oh
impaler.
my god, he's the last player.
He's
He's the last
player.
one.
Look, he's burning it.
Burning
The
the
balls on this
too.
guy. There we go. Grenade. Take him out.
He clutched the round.
Dude.
He lived
Oh,
long
he
enough to get
dropped
the
it.
reinforce. Yep.
Yeah, got
Drop the
reinforce.
reinforce. I told you, man.
All right, I gotta get back to that.
And look who's coming in, boys. Look who's coming in. Yeah.
Oh, so you guys lost.
No. You know I'm gonna live long
Do
enough.
we have the
There's a
clip?
listen, the only like game I think I've lost this whole patch was when we were using airburst launcher.
I saw that. Let it be
I wonder
known,
why.
the only
wonder
loss
why.
that I have sustained this patch was with this shit.
Bro, we literally in my games, we literally team kill each other on purpose like 10 times in a row, but still the only game we've legitimately lost was airburst launcher. All right.
Flamethrower in there for you, Jen. Come get it.
Oh,
Wait, this clip is really good.
There's a flamethrower in there for you, Jen. Come get it.
oh shit.
Pick it up.
I was about to go in the...
Pick it up. Clutch or kick. Go.
All right, boys, clutch or kick. Picked up a
Is it Lab?
flamethrower. No, this is Jin. I found a flamethrower in a bunker, and I made Jin pick it up. Clutch or
Dude,
kick.
he's getting kicked. He's getting kicked. Goodbye.
Dude, Jin plays this game 23 hours out of 24. He's clutching.
This is
This
bots,
is the only
Pips.
game he's
This is
played
bots.
and I don't care. This is the only game this man has played since this game came out religiously. Okay, he's like the Shaolin monk of helldivers. There's no way. He's clutching.
Shaolin.
Yeah, he's clutching.
Easy. Did you say kick?
Yeah, he's getting kicked. He's out of here.
All right, Eravin.
Ah, easy. Come on, man.
Is Jin A3 or T1? Or
He's-
J4?
Jin. J4.
J4, okay. I wasn't sure about their in-game name.
This is
You
speed,
said-
right?
you
Jin
said clutch or
speed.
kick and gave them a flamethrower.
Yep. On bots.
Okay. Well, they got a supply pack. I'm gonna say clutch.
All right. Let's run it.
There's a
There you
patrol.
go, Eravin.
Clutch
Come
or
on,
kick.
lock it in, bro.
Do it. Do it.
Look at
do
him.
it.
Boom. Are you kidding me? Look at the movement.
Provide cover.
Can't lie. I'm
Yes.
Don't worry. I
Look.
threw thermites. I threw thermites.
Dimming.
Burn that
right?
rocket
Yep.
strider. Burn the
Free
rocket
stim-
There is no downfall here. Easy. There's only greatness in front of you. Look at him. Boom. Oh, look at him using that rock, dude.
Oh my god.
Come on, take him out.
That's them up.
Cook off,
Stim
cooking
rolling.
showdown,
Keep that
cooking
stim
showdown.
rolling.
Cooking
Oh, if he gets, that's it right there.
I got
He did it.
Oh my God, let's go.
Jen, cooking showdown
He
right there
stimmed.
now.
Yep, rolling the stims.
Wait, this is bad.
Gets the supplies. Got
No, no,
two
no.
more.
It's
My life works
Oh, he
so
stuck it, right?
hard.
Oh,
120 to the face.
there's another
good. It is
tank.
bad.
His man fears
I'm
for
in.
his life. He is perma
Bruiser.
stimming.
No, it's another
Cooking
cooking
showdown.
showdown. It's another cooking showdown.
Cooking showdown.
Oh my God, he
Stop.
saw that. I didn't even see that.
I didn't see it either.
Reload. What
No,
the?
you got my
There you go.
He was sad someone else killed the Hulk for him.
Yeah.
Yes, dude. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Jin's a real one. Yo,
Oh yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
Yo,
told
Jin,
you, bro.
Was not familiar with this game. My bad, dude.
Jin is a real one, by
Yeah,
the
told
way,
you.
chat. Jin donated a
you.
couple times. That's him. That's him.
Bro, I saw
Put a
that
one in the chat,
supply
Jen.
backpack, and
Hey, Speed, I
know
knew.
a stim addict when I see one.
Richiedo fortificazioni.
Ferma 5 perrentos. Oh, you're cooked.
All right. Do I save the teammate from a charger with a libc? Get absolutely smashed. Doesn't get smashed, but I get knocked into a mine. Or Bile Titan Blast tickles my toes. All right, for context, we're doing mines only. This is an exterminate mission.
Bile Titan Blast tickles toes. What is that?
That's what it is.
What needs to happen for it to be 4?
A Bile Titan needs to blast and tickle toes.
Oh my god. Okay, 4. 4.
I was
I'm gonna take
drinking,
3.
bro.
I'm gonna take 3 on this one.
Eravin?
I'm pretty sure I saw this one happen live.
Well,
so
then
I'm
you
gonna
can't say.
abstain. Yeah, I'm
Okay.
abstaining.
I was about to say, you better not.
Go.
4 is too specific, must be it. Smashed. This is a clip of me, I'm famous. All right, let's run it.
Well, my parlay's dead.
Chat, none of you have as much aura as I do. You guys would have ran from that charger and got blown up by a mine. But I knew to just sit
This
down
is where
and
he
wait.
dies.
I don't know how that hunter knocked me, by the way.
How?
You
How
did- yeah,
does
you
that
didn't.
happen?
You didn't have enough aura for that hunter.
Bring that charger over here. Look at that.
Your life, John
Oh,
Eldiver.
that was
I
sick.
saved your life.
I saw that.
That
I
was sick.
actually just
Bro, I have to rewind that. I have to rewind that.
rewind that
That
again?
was insane.
Did you do that on purpose?
Yeah.
He did.
I saved your life,
That's
John
sick.
Eldiver. I saved your life.
I didn't think it would work.
Actually,
Actually, let's be real. I probably tried to make him die to the charger, and I got lucky.
Yeah,
just
yeah,
saved
yeah.
That
his
either way, so
life.
you
That
might
was
as well.
God tier.
You might as well try.
Requesting advanced weaponry.
Oh my god, dude. This is horrible. I can't even watch this. This hurts me.
All right. How does he die? The giant elephant in the
Giant
in the,
elephant on the screen.
the giant elephant on the screen. The topic of the podcast rings true. Somehow a cannon turret or a fire tornado.
Oh god, please be a fire tornado. Please. Oh god. Fire tornado.
I'm gonna go somehow a cannon turret.
Yeah, both of those I'd be happy with.
Yeah.
Abstain. This one comes from my community.
Yeah, Eravin sent me this clip. So
Also,
Pip's
no.
fire tornado, easy. Cannon turret.
Cannon turret.
Okay.
3. Locking it in.
All right, let's watch.
Support weapon.
Please burn.
You did. You did
Bro,
say
wait,
stealth
bro.
armor was
He's gonna
Esther.
Dropping a pin.
Oh!
300 meters.
Why did that explode, by the way?
It's just, how is this an enjoyable fucking gameplay, bro? Are you kidding?
Ragdolling, baby.
Look at him.
It's still going. Is it over? It's over. All right.
Dude.
Somehow
That was insane.
the topic of the podcast rings true because recently it is kind of funny to watch. Recently, they did a poll in the Discord. How do you feel about ragdolling and Helldivers 2 at the moment? And all I have to say is that 26% of you either only play on bugs or are masochists. You can see I picked the bottom 3 options to try to weight the poll. But luckily, the good old boys came through with 39%. It's a bit much at times. You guys can go.
I'll let Easy go first.
Well, I also selected it's a bit too much at times. And honestly, though, my take is that the one thing I hate about ragdolling is the environmental ragdolling shit. When you trip on a pebble or you dive into a rock or something and you end up dying, that's the worst thing that's in this game. I absolutely despise that. It happens way too much on bugs where you're like about to escape the clutches of a Bile Titan and then your guy just falls on a pebble and you're dead. It's insane. I hate
It
that
does
shit.
happen.
All
I
right.
hate that shit so much.
Can I say something real quick? I was going to let all of you go first, but I know we're about to complain about ragdolling for like 47 years. All right. So one thing is ragdolling is genuinely funny, right? It is genuinely funny when you watch your teammate get ass blasted across the map. Okay. It's funny when I can lib concussive my teammate across the map. Copa with the $5 says a bit too much at times is the fucking understatement of the century.
Yes, that's what I was gonna say.
But no. I do also think it's like a defining factor of this game. Like, I don't think ragdoll should get removed. It's just a bit too much at times, right? And I think that's a fair thing to point out. And also, they gave the poll option for exactly what the issue is. Striders, Hulks, and Fortresses. The frickin' command bunker turret, the Hulks, which now have the command bunker turret, and rocket striders. They gave the, like, dude, rocket devastators and gunships are fine now. They are fine. They still ragdoll you. But they're perfectly fine. By the way, thank you, Copa, for the 5. Moi with a membership says, I thank myself for gifting this. Yo, Moi gifted himself a member somehow. I don't even know how. And K-Hop with the 5 says, pineapple's my safe word when I get ragdolled too much. Yo, can we get some emotes?
Thank you, Hop.
Throw some e-girl ones in the chat. I appreciate the donos. So yeah, I just wanted to point out that ragdolling is funny. It's definitely a staple of the game. It should not be removed entirely. It's just a bit too much at times. All right. Easy, you want to continue?
I mean, yeah, again, environmental ragdolling is the absolute worst, but I also think that the second biggest issue is getting stun locked. Like the clip we just saw where the guy's just flying for 30 seconds straight. That just shouldn't happen. Like I hate when a player can't control the game. When you're getting stunned, it sucks in any game. Like that's just a general like rule of thumb. I hate getting stunned, but especially in like a PvE game, bro. I should not have like. I understand in a PvP game if I get like outplayed or something and hit with a spell and I get stunned, but in a PvE game where I'm like can't control my character for 30 seconds, I don't want to see that. It's just like tilting, you know? And I agree with you, Thick, that ragdolling's funny most of the time. But when it's not, my monitor
really
might break.
not.
It's like it's yeah.
But it's not just
that's
the
my
mechanic ragdolling, it's just the animations. If they fix the animations and speed it up, I think it's gonna feel better. Like, let us recover from it faster, at least, you know?
Well,
and that should help.
I think the one change I would make, if they were only going to change one thing, I would just say, let us stay prone after the ragdoll happens. Completely cut out the standing up animation. That shit is garbage.
Or make it an option in the settings.
Yeah.
Yeah, where like you can default to prone. I think that would probably fix a lot of problems. Because I feel like stun locking only happens because you're getting up at the speed of a grandma. And you end up getting hit again. If you could just stay on the floor, pop a stim, you'll be fine.
Okay. So this poll came out like the same day that they snuck in that miscellaneous change on my shield generator.
You want me to show the clip?
Yeah. Show that clip.
All right, so they stuck in a miscellaneous change on the shield generator where the shield now transfers knockback correctly to the player. Now, funnily enough, I found out about this on accident. So I'm going to try to punch my teammate while his shield is down. And then the shield comes up. And in my head, I'm like, shit, I punched the shield. Now I don't punch him. And let's just see what happens now. Oh, wait, we need the audio. Oh, you're so lucky. What? Wait, what just happened?
You hit me into my sterilizer.
Why did your bubble... You had a bubble shield. So...
That's crazy, though.
So the bubble shield now transfers knockback.
Yeah, so even in ultralight armor now, whenever I juke a charger, like Ole Matadora charger in a bubble shield, it clips my bubble shield and throws me halfway across the planet. Sometimes it even throws me in line where it can still continue the charge into where I landed. And then they come out with this pull the same day, and I have to say that I have never quite felt like Arrowhead was rubbing its dick across my face quite as much as it did that day. Because that was a heinous change to stick into miscellaneous. I hate that. I hate that so much. It is I cannot describe how upset I was to see that. So beyond that, the rest of ragdolling. Totally agree. It's like not the first time it's come up here, I'm pretty sure, where we said it should be a setting that you can stop yourself from automatically standing back up whenever you get ragdolled, because it's a further loss of control. I've said in the past that it would make sense to make the motivational shock booster that absolutely no one ever takes make you stand up faster or get you out of stunned mechanics faster. I think that would be great. And really, the biggest offenders with ragdoll right now are tripping on pebbles, where like you land on uneven ground after diving and you just get stuck for like 20 seconds. That sucks. That completely sucks. And then the three big offenders that they mentioned, the Hulks, the turrets, the rocket striders. They're the biggest offenders by far. I feel like the shockwave value, the distance that carries, the pushing force behind all of that is just ridiculous and needs toned down. But other than that, the rest of the cast and the impalers now, especially, I think all of that is in a good spot right now. I think all of that's fine. Like normal rockets from gunships and devastators are completely fine now.
Yeah, they're so fine now.
Yeah.
Yeah. But those three are some really big offenders at the moment. They really hit the nail on the head there. And yeah, they need to fix my personal shield, man. Why is that thing my own personal bounce castle that's extending my ragdoll hitbox? Like, what the hell? Who made that change, and why did you do this to me, huh?
Maybe it's
Alright.
a bug.
No, it was in the patch. All right, so first thing, number one, the shield generator being a personal bouncy house is like one of my favorite changes ever, because now when I punch my teammates, it doesn't kill them. It just flings them like 50 meters, which is pretty great.
That is pretty fun, though.
Yeah, it's
Especially
pretty
for a
funny.
player like you.
Yeah. But for like pure gameplay reasons, revert it.
Yeah.
The other thing too is like, dude, the escalation of freedom update. I remember the CEO commenting like, dang, we added so much cool stuff this patch. I feel like it's getting overshadowed by some nerfs. But it's like, most of the new enemies you added ragdoll you for years. So there's that, you know, the like number one hated thing.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. They just added like a million more instances of ragdoll with that patch. And unfortunately, it came right before the 60-day plan, because the 60-day plan says we're going to reduce ragdolling, but it's like right after they increased it like crazy. And on the bug side, dude, when impalers were ragdoll, they're better now, but when they were ragdolling you like crazy, bro, it was so annoying.
Yeah. But that was also like, comes down to game design, because the way it worked, when I would get hit and I would get ragdolled, most of like 90% of the time, my animation was slower than the time that I would get hit again. So before I would get up, I would get hit again. And I was just in consistent ragdoll. It wouldn't even let me dive. So it would just hit me until I died. And that was it, like before. But now it doesn't feel bad.
Yeah.
Now it feels okay.
Yeah, impalers are good now.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
I think they're good.
And the other thing too is they added the command bunker arm to the Hulk after the 60-day plan started. So I feel like that was a bit of a backwards move, especially if they're talking about removing or lowering ragdoll. Like they gave it the most egregious ragdoll thing the bots have, which is the command bunker turret.
Yeah.
Or one of them at least. It's also barrager missiles. I'm fine with barrager tanks as long as they fix the bugs and probably add a vent. Rocket striders just need to get deleted, bro. I don't even. People are like, no, rocket striders shouldn't get deleted. They should be reworked. It's like, no, delete it. Every single issue people have in the game since its launch is on the rocket strider. Super tanky for no reason. Spawn way too much. Have the most egregious ragdoll of all time. They can shoot their weak point off of them. You can accidentally shoot their weak point off if you hit the bar that holds the missiles. There's a few guns that are actually good against them, like railgun's one of them. Like every single issue with the game is on the rocket strider.
I I would change their missiles for the normal rockets. I would make it so they spawn 50-50 with the original Strider for more diversity and more interesting gameplay than having 60 chicken walkers armored walking across the battlefield.
Open the back
And-
again.
Yeah. Like I would just have a mix of them, right? Like normal ones, and then I'd have the rocket ones, and then I would switch the rockets out, and then the rocket Strider, I would also. There's one more thing. What was it? It was important. It's an important thing. I lost it. Train
That's
of thought
okay.
lost.
Weak point, maybe?
It wasn't weak point because their lug nuts are a pretty decent weak point for like medium pen weapons at the moment.
But that's like, I don't know. It shafts all the light pen weapons, which also got
it does shaft
shafted.
the light pen
Which
weapons.
also
The
got
light pen
shafted
weapons
by the
suck because
Devastator.
of them.
Well, but also got shafted because the Devastator had changed.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe have a more realistic light pen weak point. Oh, I would make the rocket deal enough damage to blow them up consistently if you shoot the rocket. That would make light pen weapons feel better. If you could consistently shoot the rocket and have it actually detonate and kill it. That would be nice. Man,
Bro,
what was the last thing?
True.
All of that would be cool, but I think what I want right now is progression. Like Easy said, I want
Yeah.
progression. I think like in general, I know this is completely off topic, but like when I think about Helldivers 2 right now, and I think that a lot of people would agree, like you play obviously because you enjoy the gameplay loop, but every game at some point there it's just human nature, right? Like you need something to chase, something fun, new unlocks, make guns and everything just better or stronger or whatever it's going to be, or just something different. And I think that's what the game really needs. And I hope you guys are right, man. I hope it's coming this 26th. I really hope you guys are right.
Don't worry, Pips. We have the Liberty Day hopium.
Yeah.
We do. Wait, I'm actually curious because this is kind of throwing it back to what we were talking about in the beginning. But if, let's say, the weapon attachment system does come on Liberty Day, what's the progression around that though? Like, is it tied to each weapon? Like, do you level up weapons individually, or do we have any confirmation of that? Or
There's going to be a currency rework coming to the game as well, probably at the same time as weapon customization, I would imagine.
I think it would be
They've talked about a
samples,
currency rework.
samples
Probably
and
spend
requisition.
samples.
They got to do something with requisition too, to be honest.
yeah, well, honestly, everything.
I was
Like,
kind of hoping with the DSS, they talk about democratically voting. Because this is Super Earth we're talking about, I was hoping
we
that
could
rec
spend
slips
requisition.
would be what you spend to like increase your votes.
So
The more rec slips you put in, the more pull you have.
so all the people who play way too much get the most votes.
Or the platoon that plays the most.
Voting for what?
Or I don't know where it
The
docks,
DSS.
right? Which planet it goes to.
Yeah. Which planet the DSS hovers over.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I mean, Eravin, I hope you're ready that thing is going to be docked at Bug Planet's like 99% of its life.
Oh, it's literally sitting over Astanu, which is why I am confused why 15,000 bug divers don't want to sit a orbital stratagem this size over their favorite planets permanently and help out with the Ember push just for like a day.
Yeah, I mean, I this is really off topic, but I feel like a lot of bug divers just like they honestly just don't even give a shit. like I think they're casual
I
players
honestly
that are
don't.
just hopping on and like, well, not even you, Pips. Like,
No,
I just
no,
think a lot of
Pips.
players.
Yeah,
like-
yeah, Pips.
Well, I think a lot of casual players end up playing bugs. They're just more chill, right?
Yeah.
So I think when like if you're like a dad that's coming home from work and you're like, I just want to chill and play some Helldivers, you're definitely booting up like bugs, difficulty 6, and you're just chilling. You don't give a shit about what's happening in the war.
I think Pips
At least
is a
most of
dad.
them
Pips, you're a dad, right?
don't.
Yes.
Yeah, he is a kid.
Yeah.
How old's your kid
Well,
now?
well-
24?
He's like 37.
Okay.
But the point is, it's I don't know. It depends. I feel like if there's, once again, it all goes back to this. If there was progression tied to any kind of materials, everybody would be playing whatever was needed to play. Right now, most
Yeah,
people,
I
right,
agree.
like they see this DSS, whatever. Clan system. Oh, cool. I'm gonna go play. Gonna go play the bugs, because if I'm being honest, if they want to introduce that, they will speed that shit up anyway, and it won't even fucking matter if you guys like kill yourself running for those planets or not. Because if it is a big content drop, they are not gonna move that because people didn't play the bots. I just do not see that happening. So people probably realize that as well. Like I've gotten a lot of comments, right? Like when there's a discussion, why are you not playing bots or whatever? And a lot of people in chat will be like, oh, Joel will boost it up, or we will win anyway if it's this or that. So I think a lot of people feel that as well. So that's why they're
that's
not
actually
rushing.
true though. I said to Eravin yesterday, I was like, I don't think they're gonna let us fail this MO.
No, there's
Like,
no way.
And we saw it. They boosted the Joel.
By the way,
boosted it.
yeah. I was about to say throwback.
Like, we're not
to...
gonna lose.
No,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. Bro,
Like if
I think we might not.
Liberty Day.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
They're
no
they're
way.
just gonna have it. It's gonna happen, no matter what.
Yes, 100%.
I am of the mind of just because we can see them fudging things in our favor doesn't mean we should be complacent and expect it to be a freebie. Because
but if it's
everyone
content,
thought that
it's
way,
money.
we would not win. We
Yeah,
would
but-
not get it.
Yeah, but that those don't matter. But if you guys are saying that it's tied to a content drop, from a marketing perspective, there's no way they say, oh, let's move our content back. That will bring us more people and hopefully sales or whatever and more interest because they didn't get the MO. They will boost that shit by 7,000%.
I'm pretty
Sure,
sure.
but
I'm pretty sure there were content MOs that got boosted by like 20%. The orbital napalm barrage got boosted like crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Because we were gonna lose that one. We had no chance.
Sure, I mean, hey, maybe they'll fudge it in your favor every time, right? Maybe. But what I'm also saying is the 29,000 people busting their ass on that hellhole right now, they matter. What they're doing matters. If they weren't doing it, we are not getting a handout either.
It's fair.
Can we get a W Eravin in the chat? He just told you that your guys matter.
But to answer Eats, but that's my point. That was an orbital that didn't really affect the content in terms of like big changes and drops to the game. They could have moved that and couldn't move that. That wouldn't like change a big deal.
I don't know. The orbital napalm was a big deal though because remember we failed AT mines.
Because there was
we
no
failed.
content in the game.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like we failed so many in a row that in the context of the orbital napalm, it did matter because if we failed that one too, people would have been pissed.
Yes. So if they push that, that's my whole point.
Yeah.
They moved. If they pushed that and they were like, oh, they're gonna be pissed. There's no way they're not gonna push like a huge content whatever unlock it's gonna be.
All right.
I don't-
legitimately though, we're talking a bit of shit. Okay. Listen, if you're a bug diver, okay, let me tell you why you want the DSS. Okay, because it's gonna permanently sit over on these bug planets because it's gonna be vote to win, right? So it's going to permanently be on bugs, right? So that means that you need to go play on bots just until we finish this DSS fuckery. Okay? So start diving on Ember in this hellhole. Go put on your fireman armor. Go shit on Flame Hulks too, because they can't even hurt you with your fireman armor on. Okay? Just go load up difficulty 7. There's no rocket striders. Are there barrage tanks down there? I think there are. Right? And then we'll go take, take Carol. We will go take Planet Carol.
And you know, from the perspective of the chill casual dad that just wants to play some helldivers after work, think about it. You can give up that one day after work of fighting bugs to have a space station hover your planets for the rest of the time you play helldivers too. I think the decision is easy, personally.
Can you imagine that one day they take out bugs, Eravin, just because story? And all of it is gone.
Oh, no.
You know how they took out like automatons for like a few days?
I think that's the way the war works. They will be gone for a few days at some point.
Yeah. You remember when it first disappeared and we were so excited? We thought back then Illuminates were coming. It was a good time. A good time,
Dude,
bro. I was like,
I don't know if you guys are in the Leaks Discord. That is the most copium server I've ever been in. Those guys have been coping for actually like 7 months.
About Illuminate?
About everything, yeah. But
okay.
specifically Illuminate, like every patch that drops, they're like, oh my god, Illuminate on their files, they're coming next week. Everyone get ready.
yeah,
Like, they've
that's
been
how
saying
it
that for
feels, though,
months.
man. That's how a lot of people feel. Like they want the Illuminates, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it's fair, but coping doesn't help anyone. It just makes us all sad.
You know what?
Yeah.
When we went to take out the bots, everyone was diving bots, dude. I think there were more people on bots than bugs. Back when we had big player counts too. That was like that was like a huge player spike. Whenever we took out the bots, dude, that was a time. You guys
Same
remember
goes
back
for,
in the day?
When everyone was diving on the creek, dude, people actually
Yeah.
played bots back then because there was like the whole meme around it and stuff. So
Yeah.
people were totally down to get in on that.
Chat,
The Clarel campaign. Sorry.
Carol.
The Clarel campaign. The Carol campaign right now, I believe, is the most players we've had on the Western Front since Swift Disassembly.
Here, let's check the stats. Oh,
Percentage-wise, at
oh.
least.
there it is. Yeah, 52% on Ember. And 10% more on Classa. 62% of people diving bots, okay? Oh, it's 66%. Okay, don't be selfish, guys. Okay? Join the 66%. Pips, we better see you on bots later with the airburst launcher. Or I'm not
Yeah, yeah.
donating.
As soon as I start
Oh my
stream,
gosh.
that's what I'm gonna
Or
do.
I'm not donating.
Yeah.
That's your threat.
Okay.
And chat, I was gonna say, you know, we talk about back in the good old days with the creek. Appreciate the time right now, because you don't know it's the good old days until it's the good old days. There's your wise words of the day.
Wise fillet.
You're welcome. All right. Shall we talk about a few underrated weapons? Dude, I was trying to compile a list with everyone before we started. But I think we only have like 2 guns.
I was not helpful in that endeavor.
Yeah,
I don't
dude,
think
I
I
had
was
I
either,
had trouble
sorry.
too because like so many of them feel good.
Dude, they're all
like,
so good, yeah.
yeah, underrated is kind of you know.
But then underrated means, what do you think is really good right now that no one's playing?
I would say I don't see a lot of people on even especially on the Buck side. I've seen a few people on the bot side with it, but on Buck side I very rarely see Scythe, and I like it. I have fun with it a lot.
I got the
Yeah,
B-roll
I-
gun. Talk about it, Pips.
Yeah, I enjoy it, man. I feel like it's fun. It's something different. I'm not saying it's like super good or powerful or anything, but it's fun and it gets the job done with the right loadout. It actually melts stalkers as well, pretty easily. It takes out the commanders if you go for the legs and everything. It's fun, and it absolutely, bro. It's so good for shriekers now because you literally just tap them for a little bit, and because of the burn, now it's instant, right? You just don't have to like shoot for a long period of time at all. You just tap them, move on. They're gonna burn out. It pretty much has the same effect. And look at the stalkers.
It
too.
looks like if you
It has
set them on fire, it triggers their jump away animation, which
yeah.
if it doesn't kill them, at least they're running away.
Yeah, and for the shriekers, I don't know if I have any shrieker moments here, but for the shriekers, it just kind of burns them very easily. Like you know how with incendiary shotgun, you would just hit him once and just move away.
Yeah,
That's what it did. That's what it did.
that actually wasn't too bad for the alpha commander.
No. And I think I don't remember if I went for the head there, but you can go for the legs. That's even faster.
Yeah, the legs aren't durable. Scythe on
Yeah.
bots as well. I don't have any B-roll for it, but the fact it has no recoil now, it'll literally kill a Devastator in a second. On top of that, it's very handy for all the small troopers because it has infinite ammo. It kills all of those instantly. You only need to set them on fire. They die to the fire. And it's really, really good paired with a weapon like the autocannon, because the autocannon can kill the fabricators for you and the scythe can take out all the little dudes. It's also really good with and really fun with railgun. I recommend railgun and scythe on bots right now. It's amazing. And then obviously you'll need a grenade pistol for the fabricators or like strafing run or something else.
Yeah, I like Scythe.
Anyone down below? Easy, Eravin. You guys, what's like something that not a lot of people are saying is good, but you played with and it's good?
The airburst. No, I'm kidding.
I knew he was baiting. I knew he was baiting.
I'm gonna go with the dude. I forgot the name of the gun, but the pocket shotgun, the pistol
Bushwhacker?
shotgun. Yes, dude, it's so good on bots, and you don't think to bring it on bots, but it's actually amazing. You can barrel stuff like any unit, even the medium ones like Devastators, and they'll go down in one shot. It's so great. And then on top of that, I think people are still scared of the Quasar cannon. I am not seeing enough people taking that thing. It feels like it does when it was released.
On
and I remember
bugs.
everyone, on bugs.
On bugs.
Everyone was using that thing on bugs when it first came out.
It is,
and it
very
feels
good on
like it
bugs,
does
yeah.
back in the day. I'm loving it right now.
No, I really like Quasar this patch on bugs. I
Yeah,
like it
yeah,
more than
Quasar on bugs
recoilless.
is amazing. I agree with
Yeah.
that.
I like
Yeah,
it
yeah.
more than recoilless. Recoilless is the king of bots right now, but Quasar is back on bugs.
Full agree.
Yep, 100%.
I can I know I didn't seem very helpful this morning when you asked me about this, and that's mostly because I've just been sweating the MO all week. I even like I'll name my streams like testing primary weapons, and then I just don't because I'm just locked in playing my favorite loadout over and over again
Certified
to try and do the
clickbaiter.
most work possible. Yeah, 100% clickbait. Anyways, I can add something to this topic. Something does come to mind, and it's AMR on bugs.
Ah, that was
And-
mine later, Eravin.
Well, I'm stealing it because
No, it's true then. It's true then. We both say it.
Yeah. This is the only underrated thing that I have right now. Now, it's not my favorite loadout for bugs, that's for sure. But I get bored running my favorite loadout for bugs, which is Blitzer Quasar. So when I get bored, I want to run Cookout because Cookout's my second favorite gun. But Cookout has terrible durable damage. The AMR one taps every enemy the Cookout struggles with, right?
Yeah.
Like it one taps the Hive Guards, it
Gonna
one
grab a drink?
taps the Alpha Commanders, it one taps the Biospewers, and it has like playable TTK against Bio Titan Head, which is cool. Like that we're just living in a world where an AMR even can do that is cool, I think.
I agree.
And it's not the best, but you can supplement it with AT in your stratagems otherwise, and you can make it work. And it's a very high APM fun playstyle. It's not the best, but it's very fun.
I agree. It's
Oh,
like
and
it's like
most
A to B
importantly-
tier.
Yeah.
The combo?
100%. The combo, like the Cookout giving you that temporary reticle with the fire dot feels so nice to play around. You just never use the scope on the AMR itself because you don't have to. You just set something on fire, and then you don't even need like a sticker on your screen or anything to
Yeah,
do it.
you
or,
get
like,
red
you
hit
don't have to go off
markers.
memory. You just got those red hit markers in the game. Legit, it's nice. It feels nice.
Do you use it with stun grenades or thermite?
I use it with thermite
Okay.
since the AMR doesn't have like great tank breakpoints, so I might want to just get rid of 3 chargers without using my AMR ammo.
I agree. I think Cookout AMR is insanely good loadout for killing anything below a charger. And then the fact that it can kill chargers now, I think you can mag dump the butt is the fastest way.
Yep.
And I think it's 2 mags for a Bile Titan head,
Yep.
which
Yeah, it
isn't
is.
bad. That's not bad.
It's not terrible. The fact that you can do it at all is good enough for me. I just think it's cool that you can do it. Right? Like before that wasn't something you even dreamed of last patch.
Yeah.
Possible.
Yeah. So it's like one shot, like you said. Dude, that was mine.
I'm sorry. It was the only thing I could think of that was underrated.
Like, and I've said this before too, like, I don't mind Alpha Commanders existing. I know a lot of people hate them, but I don't think it's a bad thing to have a tanky mob at higher difficulty because it does promote, maybe someone on the team to bring AMR. It also makes Railgun really good. It makes autocannon really good on bugs.
Yeah.
And AMR on bugs, AMR on bugs really is like, yeah, the autocannon would have been better, or the Railgun would have been better, but it's good enough and it's fun. And that's why I think it's underrated.
Yeah, sometimes all it has to be is fun, right?
Yeah.
Viable
Oh,
and
yeah.
fun. Those are the 2 most important things.
Like
Pips looks disgusted with us right now.
No, I think
What
he's
is
drinking
going on
something
up there?
gross.
Oh, okay.
What,
Okay.
AMR on
Yeah, no,
bugs?
he's disgusted with us.
Pips, if you
I'm
can't play AMR on bugs, you're bad at the game.
The AMR is ass on bugs, bro.
No, it's not.
Why would I ever run AMR?
Because you want to have fun.
It's fun.
You like sniping.
Oh,
It's fun.
Okay, if it's only fun, yeah, sure, I agree.
No, it's also good.
It's
Yeah,
not
it's
good.
pretty all right.
AMR, Cookout, Thermite. Kill everything.
Got answers for everything.
All the mobbing's easy, and then you kill everything.
I see. For me personally, I wouldn't unless we're talking is purely fun. Then obviously you can use whatever you want. It's fine. But like the AMR in terms of effectiveness, there's no reason to pick AMR. None.
I agree. But it's not bad. Its effectiveness isn't bad. It's like B tier or A tier. And people will think B tier is bad, but B tier is not bad. In the right hands, a B tier weapon can feel like an S tier weapon if you're actually good. So that's why Pips doesn't like it.
No, it's ass.
And he doesn't know the combo either. If you use if you use any fire damage, you get red hit markers on your screen, so you can no scope everything.
Yep. I think it's good
Oh.
content too. Like the combo is just a fun watch, I would imagine.
Literally anyone who's watched Juicy's, he's been running AMR on bugs forever, and that's why he gets views. Because people like seeing AMR on bugs. And it was good back in the day when it one-tapped all the brood commanders, but when they added alpha commanders, it fell off. But they buffed the durable damage, so it's good again.
Yeah, it's like the loadout I run when I want to be entertaining, and then the Blitzer Quasar is when I want to read chat and not look at what's going on.
All right, another underrated option right now. Strafing run on bots. This one's for you, Eravin. Don't you use it on bots?
Oh yeah, no, it's in my loadout every single game on bots right now. Like 5-second cooldown omnidirectional fabricator eliminator. That's amazing. That's fantastic. I can throw that in any loadout and get great value out of it. Even if I'm running recoilless rocket and I already have that utility, like that saves me 5 rockets per reload. It's crazy. When you're objective gaming, just being able to throw something at a fabricator from XYZ amount of distance, and you talked about how I watched your armor video and you talked about how the stratagem throwing servo assisted is S tier because of that extra distance.
And
like strafing run, I don't, but that's mostly because stealth armor. But the throwing distance with strafing run, that's like what 70 meters that you can remove a fabricator with your throwing arm on a 2-minute cooldown, and you can do it 5 times per 2 minutes. That's insane. It's insane for a stratagem if you're just objective gaming, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it kills command bunker turrets. I tested it.
Yeah, it kills the command bunker turrets, true. And it also, the damage increase on it, if you have a line of devastators, and it's not uncommon for those guys to be lined up walking along towards you, you need to get rid of them or they're shooting at you. Strafing run just kills them all.
It's pretty good if you can line up a patrol. It's not the best for enemies. I would say use it more for objectives. But if you get like
100%.
a nice line of like a patrol of enemies, it can wipe them. I wish it killed Hulks a little bit better, because there are some loadouts like with grenade launcher. Sometimes I need like a Hulk remover, and I don't want to waste thermite.
Yeah,
You have a lot of uses as well, which is cool.
You need a very lucky spray for it to kill Hulks. It can do it, but like
it can.
Really inconsistent.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, Rendar says it kills tanks pretty well. I noticed it does kill tanks. I think it cannot sometimes, but it kills tanks better than it kills Hulks. Because tanks are wider, they're thicker. Jin with the dono says 2 mag Bile Titan head won't get old. Yeah, Jin uses the AMR on bugs because he's a Shaolin monk. Yeah, I wish rocket pods were a little bit better. I was using rocket pods kill cannon turrets pretty well. I feel like they don't work on tanks sometimes, though. I feel like it targets the body maybe sometimes.
110s are in general in a weird spot across the board.
They're so weird, aren't they? Dude,
Yeah,
I
they're very
swear.
weird.
So before they messed with them, if they had only fixed the targeting, they would have been amazing. But they fixed the targeting and lowered the damage slightly, and then they were inconsistent still.
I wonder if they did that because they were afraid it would one-shot like Titans and shit.
But like, number one, it could only one-shot Titans before they fixed the targeting if it hit their head. It had to zone in on their head, which rarely happened.
Yeah, it would. Yeah.
So
it also won't priority lock bunker turrets right now, which is extremely lame.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what does it do?
It won't priority lock bunker turrets for you. And
why?
No, just
it just doesn't.
Just kind of doesn't.
Is that like a change, or did it used to do that?
No, I don't think it ever did. It's just more prevalent now since Super Helldive has them all over the super bases, whereas before you only saw them on command bunker missions.
Okay.
So it wasn't relevant.
But it should be doing that. But bro, even like sometimes you'll drop it very close to a Titan and it just will not hit.
I think it's just low on the priority list for it. If there's just anything else nearby, and there's always something else nearby with those typically.
It doesn't prioritize the bigger one?
I've never seen it go for the bunker turret over anything else. I feel like it's at the bottom of its list.
No, I'm saying Titans.
Oh, Titans on rockets?
Yeah, sometimes they throw it like, let's say like 10 meters, 10 meters away from them, and it will just drop right next to them.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't used rocket pods this patch against bugs.
Yeah, I was testing. I wanted to see if I could combine it with something, and like the second, if it wasn't under the Titan, it was just missing, or like next to the leg, it was just missing a lot of the times.
Yeah, that someone just said it too. The spear won't lock the bunker turrets either, so I think it's the same thing going on. Like they have the same targeting system.
The
As the
spear
rocket
used to target the turrets, though, didn't they?
I don't think it did. The spear would lock the command bunker, which has, I believe, let me count, eight different lockable targets on a command bunker, and none of them were the turret
Dude, why do you know that?
because I made a video on it.
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. All right. Another underrated weapon, I think, the Purifier.
Okay, now we're
Can you
just
get some explanation?
driving me nuts.
Well, now you're the one trolling.
This is some bait.
Yeah, of course it's bait.
All right, it is bait, but after they buff it, I think it'll be really, really good because the Purifier actually can stagger lock rocket striders with one shot, and then you could 3-tap them in the leg. It's probably, I guess Scorcher is better for gunships. I think it's the second best for gunships after Scorcher. It's also like it has really good stagger. So whenever they buff it, I think Thick is prepping for the future. Yeah, after they buff it, definitely try the Purifier because I think with the fast fire, it'll be really good for Devastators. Like because you can get off that quick fast fire shot, which will stagger, and then you can get the powerful charge shot. So I actually am already prepped for the tech for when they buff it.
Do we know what the buff is going to be?
They said it's going to fire as fast as the Scorcher. Unless they do something weird where the initial shot won't stagger. Titus.
We don't know the damage though, right?
Well, I mean, it's going to be more than what it is now. Titus with the $5 says a bit delayed. I think the issue with Alpha Commanders, they run away all the time and spawn infinite warriors. They should stay in the front line. What do you guys think about that?
I haven't had them run away from me that much, to be honest with you. So I couldn't. The commanders always run at me.
I feel like gameplay would be more dynamic if they mixed it up where you had commanders and alpha commanders, and the alpha commanders always ran away and spawned stuff, and the commanders led the charge on the front line.
That's a good idea right there.
I think that would make gameplay more dynamic and more interesting in general.
I just think alpha commanders are funny when they run away. It's always hilarious to see like one bug just
It does look funny
fleeing
when
to
they
the
run
mountains.
away.
It's awesome. But dude, I swear, the souped up warriors that they spawn, that is probably the unit that kills me most on bugs these days. Those guys are insane, especially with the health nerfs.
Yeah.
They actually like 2-tap you.
Yeah. They're so fast, and they're so fast.
It's nuts. It's nuts.
Yeah, they're crazy. They might be actually worse than hunters right now. I'm not even joking.
I think they are. I think
I
they
like
are. They're
them.
insane.
I like them too.
I
It's
don't
a
like
little
getting
bit
too
scary
tapped.
how they're yeah, me either. I think I like them. I don't like them two-shotting me, but I think
I think they're fun,
kind
though.
of fun how they're like only slightly slower than me. Keeps me like sat up a little bit more than I would have been otherwise. That they're almost able to keep pace with me.
Yeah,
they're fast.
last patch with my autocannon cookout build, that was like the only thing I feared because I would like run away, go to load my autocannon, and then all of a sudden there's a red warrior behind me, and I'm like, fuck.
I
Dude,
mean,
they
with
were so quick.
the bugs
Yep.
FTL technology, apparently you also have a lot to fear because they could actually just warp drive right behind you, like that clip with the charger.
Oh,
or the
can
stealth
they?
Bile Titan. Yeah, I mean any enemy can do that.
Is that a thing? They're freaking
You-
FTL jumping behind you?
Normally you would never see it. You're not supposed to see it. No one's ever supposed to see it happen. Every once in a while it gets caught on camera like that charger. And even when it is caught on camera, you guys thought it spawned in because it's so quick. But yeah,
is it
Oh, is that
it
what
like
was
a mechanic?
happening?
it's intentional. Yeah, it's
That's intentional?
it's intentional. Yes,
I think it's just not supposed to happen on your screen.
you're not supposed to see it happen. It's
that
it's
makes it
actually
worse.
supposed to be schizotypers.
No,
Of course.
I think what it is the patrols spawn off the map, so they're trying to speed them up to get them to you.
Yep.
So that way you
positioning of enemies.
yeah, it's why you come across patrols, but I think the issue is it happens on your screen and then you think they teleport on you.
But that is teleporting, bro. Like
Well, it
as I was
is.
saying, I've had multiple times where a Titan was like so far, and I would turn around for a second, turn around back again, and he was right on top of me.
It's very gamey. It's very, very gamey. I mean, realistic. It's really realistic.
We're playing a
Yeah.
horror game. All right. Any other underrated weapons? What about stratagems? What kind of stratagems do you guys use that no one else uses?
I think a lot of people use the gas. Probably, I love the gas stratagem.
Yeah, the gas is awesome.
Yeah, it's so good.
K-Hop
I
with the
run it all the time.
$2 says the bugs are bugged.
Yeah, but the bugs are bugged, baby.
I think
Yep.
there's a lot of people still not putting any reps into the orbital laser, even though its damage was doubled from last patch. It melts through like every heavy unit on your screen, melts through like 4 or 5 fabricators all on its own if you throw it in the right spot. Like I had a orbital laser I threw in the Mordor super base the other day. I managed to line it up in such a way that it killed 4 fabricators in that base and destroyed the detector tower. That's some value, right?
have
there.
actually-
Very
Set
good
up
in boss.
I actually have used orbital laser a few times now.
Yeah,
All right.
it feels better now, doesn't it?
Yeah, it
I would say
does.
exosuits and all the most emplacements are pretty good now. Like the HMG and then all the sentries, dude. I don't see enough people with sentries in my games. The sentries are cracked.
Which
Especially
ones?
the I'm a big fan of the Gatling and the machine gun. I see nobody with those, but I think they're fantastic on bugs. You put one behind you and just covers your back, lay down so it doesn't hit you in the head, and you just kind of chill.
All right, he said lay
a
down.
good
I
time.
was gonna be like, dude, the Gatling always turns on me.
Well, it does kill
Plus-
my teammates, but we don't really care about those guys. To be
No,
honest.
yeah, true.
Plus one for the mech, the Emancipator on bugs is kind of going hard right now. I just haven't had time to put the reps in with the Galactic campaign being what it is.
Yeah, yeah, the Emancipator on bugs feels really good. On bots, it can't exist because again, rocket striders.
there's more things that one shot your mech than don't on the bots at this point.
Can we talk about the most underrated buff for the Emancipator? The freaking fire rate. It's so much fun. You could just start blasting.
We finally took off the Nerf guns.
I know, dude, and they give it more durable damage and a bit more ammo. Dude, we need our freaking shit modules for mechs.
It's like at the board meeting, they were
Yeah.
like, guys,
Oh, mechs.
what if we actually put autocannon turrets on the mech instead of whatever it is we came up with? Like, what if they were kind of like the autocannon turret because they're supposed to be autocannons? And they're like, wow, when you put it like that, we might need to do another month of board meetings about it, but like you might be onto something. And then it happened.
I wouldn't have minded if they had weak durable if it just had like way more ammo, dude. Like 10-minute cooldown, 2-time usage. Like, let me sit in it forever. I mean, even still,
mechs
it
are
runs out of
underrated
ammo.
right now, I think one of the mechs,
Which one?
the one with the autocannons. Those are really good on bots. I really enjoy. Sorry, on bugs.
Emancipator.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
like
thing's
you
awesome.
go. Yeah, it is really good. Like if you go, we had a run the other day. I solo went into a mega nest and like fully cleared it. Was killing everything. Bile Titans pushing and taking them out. The buckhole's not a problem. Honestly, obviously you got to be careful a little bit by the spewers, but it's still really fun to use right now.
Oh yeah, that's another thing that's on the docket potentially for Liberty Day is we might be looking at the vehicle bay module upgrade soon,
That would be really nice.
which would bring back the stratagem ball launcher for your mech, so you're not locked out of the majority of your most important arsenal while you're driving it.
I think they just
Bro,
didn't code it. What were you gonna say?
Yeah. I was saying, speaking of, bro, when are we getting our like warthogs, man? Haven't those been in the files for like actual months? I wanna drive around like it's Halo.
You
I
want
heard-
your not warthog.
I heard people say that when the hackers spawned them in, the game got all laggy. I think that's probably the main thing holding them back. Hey,
Yeah, I mean the performance is pretty dog shit these days still.
Yeah, it is, dude. K-Hop with the $2 says HD1 max greater than HD2 max. Yo, thank you for the $2, K-Hop. Yeah, HD1
Hop.
max, stratagem throwers, more ammo. The other thing about HD1 max I noticed is they're honestly not that tanky. Like, they did die pretty easily, but HD1 has a heal gun. So you could have one person with a heal gun healing your mech, and it was pretty amazing. And then it would live.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Easy. You said the Gatlin Sentry's good right now? Because I actually used to always use the Gatlin Sentry, but I felt like it fell off at one point.
I like them. I mean, I prefer the machine gun just because its cooldown is so low. You basically like have it up at all times. You can just toss them around the map every time it's up. But I like both of them. I mean, yeah, again, the machine gun is probably just infinitely better at this point, to be honest. But the Gatling is cool too. They basically do the same thing, in my opinion. But
All right, I'll shout out a gun that Rendar said. Base Diligence. Kinda cooks on bots now, given that it can one-tap Devastators. So Base Diligence would be like the Scythe. It would fit into a role when you have like an autocannon or a railgun as your support weapon, or AMR for that matter. Because Base Diligence would take out all the Devastators and all the small bots, and has a lot of ammo. DCS obviously is better, but it's better when you're running like recoilless rifle, because recoilless rifle will kill, you know, it's low on ammo, and you kind of need DCS to take out stuff like factory strider chin guns, or maybe like gunships for you.
Yeah, kind of has to workhorse there.
But like a Base Diligence would be really good when you have a railgun and you can already take out, you know, you have more ammo on your railgun to deal with a bunch of stuff.
That's a good point. I've also been mentioning whenever the comparison comes up that the DCS buff was just so massive for it, where like it's become viable to just blow away medium targets by mag dumping. You don't necessarily have to go for those accurate headshots anymore if you're in a stressful situation, and that's just done so much for that gun. But the Base Diligence, the fact that it has that headshot breakpoint is immaculate as well. Basically, it's feeling like the original Diligence counter sniper from last patch, but you have more ammo and better handling than before. So it's a very viable weapon in that context, and you have a really good point there about like if you're running a more medium hybrid focused support weapon than a recoilless rifle, then you don't necessarily need the panic button DCS option. Your panic button is switching to an autocannon and blowing away the Devastators whenever they're at close range and you don't have the time to headhunt. So that's a really good point. And also as well, the original Diligence unlocks so early for new Helldivers, right? Like if I was coming into this game and I was base Warbond Andy and I unlocked that Diligence, I think that is like your first weapon where you're feeling pretty good about stepping into the automatons.
Yeah, that's
agree.
true. Yeah. Yeah. I think that for the automatons in general, it always felt good, but it just didn't have enough damage. But now it's actually really good. Both of them.
Yeah, because it two-shot Devastators last patch. It was like on the cusp of being good last patch, but now it's good.
Even on the bugs, it feels good. It's just that on Super Helldive, there's so many bugs that like you just, you get overwhelmed.
No, on the bugs, it needs to one-shot hunters to the body from range. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
that's the buff I asked for.
Consistently should do that too.
And
Like,
and they didn't
consistently.
do it. Yeah, I can only one-shot hunters to the body within 20 meters.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah.
It's a marksman rifle, bro. It's a marksman rifle.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it does kill Alpha Commanders really, really well. I think it's like 4 or 5 shots to kill an Alpha Commander with a Base Diligence. But it's I don't know, it's not bad, honestly. But it could use some work still for bugs. But how is it on Illuminate?
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting. I think like the whole game is just gonna shift with Illuminate so much, and there's gonna be so many cool things to kind of. And I think there's also gonna be a lot of stuff that comes with the Illuminates as well, right? Like I'm guessing like stratagems. Then there's gonna be some kind of war bond that ties into the gameplay against them, and so on and so on. So it's gonna be very interesting for sure.
we might finally get to be able to use our. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, Stalwart is going to unironically be good against them, which is hilarious to me. Go ahead.
I was gonna say we might be able to use our electrical conduit armor finally.
Yeah,
About time. I bought that Warbond months ago.
Yeah, stuff
be
like
making a
that.
big
The meta's
difference.
completely gonna be different, right, against them. So it's very interesting.
Dude, I hope Illuminate arcs don't knock you down like current arcs do. Because then we'll just have another Ragdoll faction.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, right? Unless I'd rather have them like fix these mechanics before, because if they put like imagine a scenario they put it in, like they really just deliver Illuminates here, everybody's like excited, and then you play it and it's another Ragdoll simulator that feels way worse than the automatons. That's what I don't want to happen because I really want this game to do really well. And I think that Illuminate is that chance to kind of skyrocket it back again. But it has to be done right.
Yeah, for
So-
sure.
Completely agree.
I don't think Illuminates are going to be ragdolling you in the traditional way and crowd controlling you in the traditional
There's
way.
going to be
but
new ways, huh, Eravin?
They are going to be crowd controlling you in some very different
Nasty
ways. They
ways.
are
huh?
going to be.
Pips,
yes,
are you going to be
there's gonna
ready?
some very nasty crowd control elements to that.
Yeah, I'm
pack.
starting up. I'm starting up.
No,
Boys,
no. I was gonna say, are you gonna be ready? Pips is like, yeah, I'm streaming.
Yeah,
No, I was gonna
thought he
say-
asking us
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
Pips, are you gonna be ready to not be able to call your stratagems against the Illuminate? You're gonna be hitting the wrong buttons nonstop.
Well, aren't we already doing that with the storms?
No. But the whole game,
It's, what do you mean? Whole game is always gonna be like that?
your stratagems are
Talking
gonna
about
be
Scramble
backwards,
coming back.
not just backwards, all scrambled up.
Like all the time, 24/7, every mission.
I don't know. No,
That
I
would be
think in Helldivers
insane.
1, it was if which unit was it?
Probably a modifier. Was it a
It was-
modifier?
No. It's an
It was
enemy.
the illusionist.
Yeah, there's an Illuminate illusionist. When it hits you, all your controls
I
are
remember
backwards.
I remember those,
Including your
I used to
movement.
play, that one, that game in general, with a few Georgian friends, and I remember the Illuminates and everything as a faction. I just don't remember like their attacks, and that was a very long time ago. But I don't remember them being like super annoying. I don't know, I
Dude,
might
my
be wrong.
first illusionist, when it hit me and I started running backwards, I'm like, what the fuck am I doing?
Yeah,
I don't
they-
even
they-
know how to move.
They're like fearing you. Like there's fear skills in MMOs. They kind of fear you, and then you lose control
Yeah.
for a few seconds.
No.
Yeah.
If you click right, you move left. And if you click left, you move right. And if you aim right,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
aim left.
Yeah,
It was
they mess up
wild.
Yeah.
Confusion was blocked in its entirety by personal shield, which was like the biggest counter to it.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember
Yeah.
when the automatons had the modifier that would make it so that no matter what code you put in, it would call something random?
Yes. I actually loved that one.
I did too. That was good times.
My first experience with that one was definitely blowing myself up, trying to call my support weapon like 5
Yes.
times and not realizing. But then after I realized you could just type in your shortest stratagem until you could got the one you wanted.
Yep.
Yeah. I remember
I'm-
first. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead, Easy.
I was gonna say I remember first playing the game with friends, and we thought the game was like broken because we were just too stupid to realize. So we were just dropping like 500s on each other. Like, what is going on? The game's broken.
Yeah. I am really happy though. One more thing I want to say, and then I gotta start up my stream. But I am really happy they removed that modifier where you had to play with 2 stratagems.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
you
thank
couldn't
fuck.
pick up one. Oh my god, that was so. I would just sit there for 40 minutes looking for a planet. There wasn't that modifier, and finally you'd find it and just have a good time. But I'm really happy they made that change. But
And they
guys,
finally got
thank
rid
you
of
so much.
scatter.
Easy. Nice to meet you, man. Eravin, always a pleasure to have you. Filet, I'm going to start up my stream, boys. Chat, thank you so much for showing up, as always. And thank you for all the support you guys have been showing to the podcast, the donos, all the big PP moves, bro. You guys are the best.
And
I
just
will,
showing
talk
up
to you
to
later.
chill.
Yes, exactly, man. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Boys, pleasure once again. Thank you so much.
Hey, thanks for having me on, fellas. It was a
Yes,
good time.
sir. All right, later, Pips.
All right. Peace out, boys.
Wait, Easy. We're gonna shout you out. Oh, he left.
Wait. Oh, should I get back in?
Oh, he's back. He's still in Discord.
I'm still here.
Worst with the $20 says, thanks, G's. Yo, thank you, Worst, for the $20. But all right, boys. Thanks for showing up. We got
back.
600 people during the podcast. And don't forget, we always just appreciate the viewership, okay? We just appreciate the viewership. And I would appreciate it if you guys smash that like button. We got 150 likes. We could get to 200 before we end the show. And Easy, we will have you back on the podcast. I will share some of the topics ahead of time next time.
All right. I'd love to be back, man.
Normally, I plan them the night in advance. But if you guys haven't heard of Easy, go check him out. I'm pulling up his YouTube. Go check him out. I seen Easy's one video, Helldivers Isn't Dead Yet. This was a really good video. It got a bunch of views. And you said you had a video planned for tomorrow?
I think it's coming out in like 4 minutes, actually. So-
Oh, you have a video
so we'll
planned
have a
for
new
right
video coming
now.
up. Yeah, it's scheduled, so we'll have that going up.
All right.
He has
Well,
some fire shorts as well.
yeah. You've probably seen his shorts.
Thank you.
Yeah, I actually have seen your shorts all the time. Now that I think about it.
I started on shorts actually, which
Yeah.
is started on TikTok actually. So and don't go back and watch my old ones; they're really fucking bad.
So definitely go back and watch his old shorts. But in general, check out Easy. He's in the description. He's in the pinned comment. And Eravin has been on the podcast multiple times. So I'd hope you guys be following him by now. But I think most of you are.
I've also got a video releasing as soon as we close shop here as well.
So you guys got two videos to watch in 4 minutes. That's insane. So there you go. You got 2 videos to go watch after this. Also, Pips is streaming. We are going to raid him right now. So go watch Pips. These 2 videos are dropping. Plenty of content for you guys. Look at that. But all right, boys. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me, man.
Yes, sir. And worse, thanks. You showed up right at the end. Thanks for the dono. All right, though, everyone. That's another episode of the Helldivers Experience. We'll see you guys next week.
Peace out, boys.
Peace.
Later. Thanks for having me on. Always